Hello, everybody. Oh my God. Oh no, it's annoying. Cut some of it off. Oh well, I'll fix that after. Right. Right. Sound check. I'm just interested if there is going to be a few people around at this time. The song that's ending is Every Little Thing She Does is Magic. So, by the Police, if that's relevant. Wait a minute. I'm just interested if there is going to be. Yep, sounds working. Yeah, it says that this is when the most people are on. But I don't tend to find that whatever night I go live, that it's always later. But we'll see how it goes. Right, I'll just post this in. Oh no, it doesn't all fit. We'll have lost people that aren't patient if you were new. So yeah, if you're a hashtag oldie, hello my soul fam. And if you're new, what we're going to do is, this is for Capricorn in the 10th house. And the way that I read the energy and everything I do is clearing, healing. What do I usually say? I forgot what I usually say. Channeling, clearing, and healing energy. So although I use a lot of cards, yeah, there's always healing weaved in everything that I'm doing. And yeah, will probably be a couple of hours. I'm going into the membership. After this, I'm going to try it the other way around. Because yeah, last week I done that first and then came in here. So I'm trying it the other way around. And hello Lexi, how are you doing? Good to see you. That does work out better for you, doesn't it? If I'm in the membership in about 2 hours. I mean, you can always watch it on replay if it isn't, but because you know I'm gonna be here at least 2 hours, so it doesn't mean you need to be though, or anyone else. But yes, what else? So yeah, everyone's got a 10th house, everyone's got Capricorn. Some of you might have Capricorn in the 10th house, and you must be ruthless when it comes to business. But no, you'd be very serious about your money and your business, I would imagine, amongst other things. But ambitious. Um, Capricorn is very grounded, it's an earth sign, it's like business, it's about the coin, it's about money. Um, yes, like I said, it can be serious, but it can be quite heavy as well. Natal Capricorn moons, like what we're in now, can actually be quite about like hustling on the down low. So, you know, it can be like quite hard workers, but people that aren't, you know, won't be like showboats about it, won't be kind of like, well, I don't usually use that word, so that might be relevant to someone. But yeah, just will work hard for their money and, you know, keep their head down. And it really just depends what type of placements people have all got in their chart. But that's what's coming to me. That's what could be relevant. The other random thing is because my midheaven, which is all we do with 10th house as well, your work, career, calling. Because basically that's what the 10th house is, your work, career, your calling, karma, karmic debt, karmic rewards. Um, stuff about it can be stuff about on the public stage as well. And that what always it's when I'm channeling these, it always kind of mixes in. I find where my stuff is too. So because my Leo midheaven Well, basically, because I've got a Leo midheaven, and obviously this is me doing my work, although a lot of the time it doesn't feel like work. It feels like playing. That's when you know you're following your calling, though. See what they're doing there. Everything's part of the message. Yeah, I've noticed I pick up on public unions. So, that can mean anything from just when you come into union, it's going to be very seen in your local area, or it can have bigger meanings like, like your like say you've got a shop and you work with the public, or the obvious one is online. Either one person's online or both people are online. But I usually pick up on things that are going to be quite a big deal, and the title reflects that. And so the reason, most of the time, if you're new, I get the title through, it'll just like basically if I hadn't already, I'd emailed myself the title. So if I hadn't already done that, I probably would have put in Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic or something, because that was the song that was on when I started. But so obviously so when I start getting into the message here, like, your person, whoever this is for, they could think you're magic, they could think, wow, like, this person's like otherworldly, or it could be darker, and it could be like, that there's, I don't know, spell work involved here, karmic energy and stuff, or we'll get into that. I think so, actually. With that song, I feel it's going to be another one of these ones where um yeah, it feels like that. I can feel the energy already of this. So the cards will back up. It's like, I think we need the Kipper deck. I've left it on the floor. It feels like for whoever this is going to resonate with, there could have been an impersonator or like a copycat energy of the real twin flame. Definitely, because there's a lot about false twin flames just now. I know not everyone's a fan of that word, but it's false twin flames are just basically karmic partners. But it's a shame I haven't got my deck with false twin flame in it. I don't know where that one is. I'm going to get the false twin. I'm going to get that false person card. Um, but yeah, or like I said, when I have done these Capricorn ones before, I have picked up on, um, yeah, just public unions. So you'll know whether that's you or not, or you might be able to recognise people out there and about. Again, half the time I don't know. Sometimes I do. Even if I do know, I would make out that I don't know. But yeah, so this is how I got the title. So first of all, I pulled Sacred Mother, because basically that's what I mean. Sometimes I get the message through like hearing a song just clairaudiently, or catching a song like on the telly usually, or it'll go off on my alarm or something, or I'll hear it in a car outside, or I'll just pull the cards. And today there was a bit of both. Sacred Mother, the seeds of your creations are blossoming, time to birth the new with hope and enthusiasm. And what was quite interesting is I literally just finished watching that big 4 hour, it was 4 hours and 41 minutes. I mean, that's what was, so if you didn't notice that, right, the one I'd done for Mediumship Monday was 1 hour, 44 minutes. And then which that was a wee bit more like, I was coming to an end anyway, and I noticed that it was 144. So you'll see that when I end it. But a lot of the time I do just naturally end it on that, right? But the one after that, I had no idea because I can't see my end, right? So that was kind of nuts. It was like exactly 4 hours, 41 minutes. So basically 144 both ways, which is what I see all day, every day for well, 10 years anyway, but it was probably even before that when I was, yeah, it's relentless. But again, a lot of you are like that too, because you will email me and you'll say that it's, or like usually when I'm replying, it's like the same times, or 11:11 or 4:44. It just never stops. And actually, on that note though, as well, the numbers that I primarily started activating people with, which basically like, I don't describe it like that anymore, but right at the start, it was, people used to notice it. It was fours and ones in any kind of combination. So that always kind of reminds me of that when I say it wasn't just always just 1 4 4. So it's kind of, because there was something else I'd done also landed with fours and ones. What was it? Would it have been? I can't remember. I wouldn't have done a video that. Oh yeah, it was. It was a recorded video. It was also 41 minutes or something. I was like, it was everywhere. But yeah. So what, with all that coming in, what it means is that could really especially speak to you if you feel part of the 144,000. So, but yeah, I really do feel that time to birth the new with hope and enthusiasm. It feels about birthing the new earth frequencies, and we're, oh yeah, And so then I pulled out Atlantean Soul. Your Atlantean soul brings service to humanity and an awareness to universal identity. So that's, that is a male divine masculine. That could actually be a divine feminine female. And I didn't see it like that, but I am now. A divine masculine male and a divine feminine female. And then I pulled, I want to make things right. So you know how this goes. I love these cards, are beautiful, but they don't always show up. But and the other thing is, I kept seeing I kept seeing something out my window with the word Atlas on it, and so I know that's going to have some sort of meaning. So I'm wondering if it has got something to do with Atlantean, Atlantis. I don't know, but I feel there's something about that too. So I'm just mentioning it. But yeah, Atlantean energy coming through very strong. Minute, the angle. Stop talking, Claire, so that I can see the. Probably watch on replay. We'll be making dinner. Yeah, that's absolutely fine, as they should. Oh, I meant as they should think you're magical. All right. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, see, it's not showing up that well, but that'll do. Right, so an Atlantean king wants to make things right. I might change the title to that. I'm just going to get that deck with, oh, fuck, wait a minute. False person. I might not pick up on the public unions, but I usually do. Here's one of those cards. That doesn't really help. Right. Every little thing she does is magic. It just turns me on. That's the word, isn't it? Awkward if it's not. I've actually got my jammy bottoms on, by the way. I know they look like leggings, but they're like, you couldn't get away with these leggings because they're kind of like, they're like that faded kind of black that's almost like grey. So someone might be feeling a bit grey. Everything's feeling a bit grey with me saying that because I've got grey eyeshadow on as well. So that was it. You can see that they're like that kind of faded color. They're not that. They're not that. Oh, they're just shitty material or something. Right. So still a wee bit tired, guys, but we'll just work with it. So I just picked that up as well. I'm going through a lot. So that wasn't with the deck. So I'll put it in. Aye, I'm going through a lot. Aye, that's me too. Right, okay, so only joking. I've definitely I've been in worse places. I'm just a bit tired. Right. That's what I knew there was something I needed to do. This will pick me up. Sage. Right, so yeah, I don't have I said everything I usually say. Yeah, so if you're brand new, like I said, don't just watch this if you've got Capricorn placements. Even if you've not got planets in Capricorn, you've got Capricorn energy in your chart. That's the point. That's always the thing you should take on about astrology, and I just don't think people say that enough. And it's about all the things I've mentioned and many more things that I will have missed out. Right. Oh, that stinks. Maybe that's reflective. I'm picking up on something dodgy because that doesn't smell very nice. It doesn't smell the same. Did I burn my nail or something? Calling on the guides, angels, ancestors, loved ones, and spirit, power animals, light beings, the higher selves of the people involved, if ever I'm going to read on that want to input. Yeah, I don't know. It smells like a burning fire, but like. No. By the way, is that muffling it when my hair's going over the mic? By the way, this again is au naturel. Actually, it doesn't look that good tonight. It went better the last time. But this is because my hair was wet a couple of nights ago and I just put it like in a tiny wee bun on my head and I just left it there until I pulled it out about 10 minutes ago. That's a true story. But that's one of the joys of naturally curly hair. That's kind of the fun. Is it's going to be a good day or is it going to be a not so great day? You just roll it. Right. So in the pinned link, I've put Sunday and I've put now, I don't know, again, I think it's just because it's like past it. And sometimes I'm going to be too honest here, but it's like sometimes it is to do with my energy. It's probably because this is like, I don't like this full moon. I never like it every year, but I was guided to offer that group Zoom because we'll be in the week of the feelings, decluttering emotionally. I started on the Saturday, but I always say to the girls, it's like Saturday, Sundays kind of loosely just think about the theme, and then we'll crack on with it kind of Monday, Tuesday. And sorry, members, actually, because I did mean to like film another wee video for today, but then I thought, well, I'm going live after this anyway. And so I didn't put a shorts out for that either. Yes, so I slacked. I've had one. There's actually been something every day on the first level of the membership and the second level. And yeah, but just Uranus retrograde's doing me dirty. Uranus goes retrograde. I thought it was tomorrow, but I think it's definitely in 2 days. So that's going backwards. Well, you know what I mean? It'll be going retrograde. It appears to be going backwards. Basically, it's the thing that you need to take on board is it shakes shit up, right? Uranus is the planet of awakening. It's what you'll hear me say all this time. My moon conjunct Uranus in Sagittarius. But that is why I'm so tired. I'm actually just realizing it right now as I'm channeling. Like that's how real astrology is. Like my Chiron is 0 degrees Gemini, so that's like you know what I mean. Good, that's like getting hit now. So it will make me a wee bit more tired, you know, because Chiron, if you don't know, Chiron is known as the wounded healer. But like I always say, it's very much about the shamanic journey too. But Chiron is also especially when you are a natural shaman, but obviously you don't need to be a natural shaman, but it's kind of like it is the shaman's journey. So at some point, if you've been doing a lot of work on yourself, you're the empowered healer rather than the wounded healer, but you've always got those wounds, you know, we've always got fragile parts of us. But I can definitely, what I find is when you've got a strong transit to your natal Chiron, it can you either feel like really like, yeah, I've got my shit together, I'm feeling empowered, or it might hit you and it's kind of, you know, a wee bit sore, like kind of literally on your body, or you're tired, or you know, obviously emotionally. But yeah, the other big thing is obviously the full moon eclipse in Pisces, North Node eclipse on Sunday there, and that brings me to why I was saying that. I'm leaving the link there, but I would say what day are we on? Thursday. I would say if nobody's booked that by tomorrow, maybe even Saturday, I'll just be like, well, obviously it's not going ahead, but oh, the song "Soul to Soul, Back to Life" is on right now. Back to life, but it's more because it's called Soul to Soul, Yin Yang, Soul to Soul, Union Energy, Union Energy. Yeah, if that doesn't go ahead in public, then what I'll end up doing is I will, on Mediumship Monday anyway, I will just do something for that. I would have done something for everyone on that anyway, but so again, it's one of these things where it's not like I don't want to do it, but I'm kind of not fussed. That's actually, to be honest, that's when I do anything like this. I'm never sort of counting on it. I'm just kind of like, right, if there's people sign up, they sign up. If they don't, they don't. But at some point, I hope people do sign up because it's like I do want to get back to them more. Right, I would told them every month if people would sign up, but people don't sign up. So, but it's because I need to get in a flow again of people knowing how good they are, and they are good. People enjoy them. They get a lot out of them. Yeah, so that link's there if anyone wants to do that. If anyone's in the second level of membership, remember to use the link in the membership because you get your discount. I've only got the 5-minute messages tonight if anyone wants a message. And of course, if you donate anything anyway, I'll give you a couple of cards, but that's all I've got energy for. Because as you can see, I didn't actually realise until I started talking how tired I still feel, even with those 2 days to myself. Which is kind of making me wonder. No, the plan is that I am coming on to do Aquarius tomorrow, right? But because of what I'm saying about Uranus going retrograde, and because that's unexpected, don't be surprised if I post and be like, "Oh, I'm not doing it." But just now, that is the plan that will come on and do that tomorrow. But especially because Aquarius is expect unexpected and shock surprises anyway. But with Uranus going retrograde, I don't know, just we'll just see. Okay, so I think that's everything. Oh, we better put a wee goal in. Um, oh, wait a minute. Oh, by the way, right, can I just thank yous because people, I don't know whether it's consciously or subconsciously took on board when I shared that what was really annoying me each month is when I'm short of the money getting to before they release it, basically on here. Like, so like what I was saying is it's my responsibility, obviously. Oh, that's Capricorn too, my responsibility. But basically what I was saying was even if on the amount of live, definitely when I'm doing the live streams like this every couple of days, like we should hit that, no bother. But like I was just saying that, it's basically I was saying if I'm going to be short of that, and one of the guys that I was helping, he'll laugh at this when he was saying I would do the same. I was like, if I'm like a fiver short of that one month, I'm going to pay myself. I'm going to donate to myself. But I can very happily say that I have reached the target. Which by the way, it's £60 if you're wondering. But it's that's what I mean about like sometimes you could be stuck kind of floundering and it's like, £57 or something. It's like you have to wait like 2 months to get it. And it's like that's what I'm saying. Like I just kind of I just always keep in my mind that that's like for my mobile phone bill, do you know what I mean? And if it's any more than that, brilliant. But it's kind of yeah, I was quite glad to see that I had reached it. I was like, oh, because it has happened before, but like, it has happened before, but I'm more thinking the times it hasn't. Uh, so at some point that will be, I won't need to mention that at all because when we've got more members, then it will. But no, thank you because that's people's donations and that. So I really, really do appreciate that. I will be back tomorrow, but don't hold me that. I just can never think of good things to write in that. But like I said, and when we start getting more people and things like that keep happening, where I hit the goals, then I will actually make a bigger goal on that goal thing, and it'll be like people can win a session and stuff like that. But I can't, I'm already very generous, so I have to kind of hold myself back a little bit from doing stuff like that. Right, okay, so let's get into all of this now. So, um, right, so, I keep forgetting to get those cards. Where are they? I must have put them through there. The archetype cards. Let's use these, the Dirty Dancing cards. I want to see if my favourite card comes out. My favourite card is the Lovers, and you'll know when you see it, or people that are here all the time will know, but you'll be able to tell them, and I'll get these round the right way. Or will I now? Just I won't look. That's what I'll do. Right. So this bit is just to identify who this is going to be for. So divine feminine can be male or female. Divine masculine can be male or female. As I'm looking at the telly, there's a shark. So a literal shark. So I wonder what the song is actually, because it doesn't look like that's a joke. It looks like that's serious. But what's kind of springing to mind is there could be some type of, like somebody circling someone like a shark. Now, that could be a bad thing, but that could also be like a good thing, couldn't it? Because if that's meaning like, somebody's going in for the kill, like romantically, but a shark could also be, but also I connect shark medicine with Scorpio medicine, a bit like snake medicine, because shark is one of my energies that I work with because it gets straight to the energy. Do you know what I mean? Like very psychic energy. But yeah, just kind of think of when I see a shark. It's sometimes it's that, but we'll just see. We'll just see. Right. So, and like I said, I'm just observing myself. My energy is What do you think it was? That like I do feel tired. So. Well, I don't have a wee yawn. Right. So what have we got? My mug might be relevant too, but truth conquers all. Rosalind Chapel. That'd be funny if I use those other cards and Rosalind Chapel comes out. That's happened before. Right. So yeah, can we identify the divine feminine, male or female, and the masculine's feminine side? Okay, so interesting that I'm saying I feel tired and I feel the King of Wands in reverse. So I need a wee bit more Hierophant. Right. So remember what I always say, guys, right? Like I get it's hard for me because I read intuitively, it's hard for me to explain this, but basically, yeah, I'll just the message just comes through and I look at the cards, different things. And what I'm kind of getting here is more of the masculine feminine side. I feel a masculine is like breaking away from the status quo. So and like leaving behind a kind of player lifestyle. I don't like that term, but that's what I'm getting. It's like, so oh yeah, actually I could see that fits. So it's like the masculines that kind of fit with this Atlantean soul emerging. I feel they're taking kind of things like commitment in general, like commitment love wise or commitment to goals, or they're definitely commitments in terms of love, like way more seriously. Because I feel I'll put them upright, but I feel with that King of Wands coming in the reverse, which again, King of Wands in reverse, to be honest, can be read like, you know, bit of a nasty fucker, really, because that's what I would say about the Queen of Wands in reverse. I'll be interested if the Queen of Wands comes out when I do the other bit. But I'm more taking it that it's like this is somebody that's leaving a bit kind of like overly passionate kind of energy and maybe overly passionate and not so fussy about where the passion is coming from or going to. But it's kind of like leaving that behind for a more sort of a life of commitment and or a higher calling. But then I was also getting as well, like, you know, leaving the status quo behind, like being a bit of a rebel. And I feel it is this Atlantean energy arising in someone. So if you are, so again, remember, use your common sense with gender. If you're the masculine energy and you're a female and you're resonating, you'll know. But because there is a man on the card with literally a big grey beard and long hair, it's a man, okay? Like, um, if you are a man and you feel like there is some type of like ancient wisdom arising in you, or you just feel like you're getting all these like you know, and I don't even want to say downloads. It is downloads, but I feel like you know, I feel like who all the group of men that I'm talking to, you might not fully get what's going on. Like you might be like just all these ideas and inspiration is coming from somewhere, and again, it's all connected. And again, I feel it's definitely got to do with like Juno and Vesta and Scorpio. Because again, I'll just have it. I didn't have a wee look, but you know, I've been going on about that for weeks. But I'm pretty sure they'll still be. Um, yes, yeah, they're only a few degrees apart. So Juno is about, you know, your destined partner, marriage, stuff like that. Vesta's the sacred flame, your sacred purpose. So being in Scorpio, that is like serious commitment, doing your purpose with your person kind of thing. Also, look what I said about picking up on the public union. So that's how that energy is coming in. Even more so, I'd say if you've got like anything around these degrees of Scorpio, like 23 to 26, and even the surrounding ones around it, you could be feeling it quite strong. I'd say it's just quite a drastic change in someone. So if you've went from like I don't know, being quite fun loving and passionate and not so serious about stuff like that, and all of a sudden there's a bit of a change up that it's astrology is real. That's what I say every day, but it's true. Also, Black Moon Lilith and Scorpio as well. Um, like, you know, I feel if you've been doing a lot of the shadow work there, like this is some of the stuff that's emerging. Oh, right, that's interesting. Oh, yeah, I forgot that. Wait a minute, I'm kind of all over the place. Is it already Aquarius moon now? Oh, yeah, yeah. Sorry, that's really quite funny too, because that, right enough, that's why it annoyed me. So I always try to do the Capricorn, like, you know, Capricorn and Capricorn moon. It's quite hard to do that, by the way. That's dedication too. You know, Aquarius and Aquarius moon. But that's what's different about tonight. It's already expect unexpected shock surprises energy. It's already Aquarius moon right now. So, because that changed earlier this morning, UK time. So, um, interesting. Okay, so, which is why I'm wondering. Right, I'm not saying I'm going to do that, but Lexi, see if I was to move it to do the membership stuff tomorrow. 8:30 my time's still a bit too early for you, isn't it? I should have asked this over email, but I'm just having a bit of a brainwave because if I start getting energy to do this, I might just do Aquarius too. But I don't know, it depends. I don't think Charlotte's been watching them anyway. I don't want to speak for Charlotte, mind you, but she commented on something earlier, but I don't know. So it would just be if we checked in with Renee and Renee was about tomorrow. We'll just see. I might decide, but I'll just decide. But I'm just thinking because I'm so tired when I'm doing this. But I could power through and do Aquarius and then hang out with you of my jammy kind of thing tomorrow. But yeah, anyway, that threw me, right? So it's already Aquarius moon now. It doesn't really make too much difference because people could watch this whenever. But what it does make a bit of difference because I always go a wee bit more galactic-y in an Aquarius moon. So I can even tell with the fact that that Atlantean cards come out. Like I was meant to channel this today. This is the way I would take that. So anyway, we're going to leave it at that because that. But let's put those cards back and see. So, like I said, that's the masculine, feminine side. So I feel guided to ask about, the masculine now or the feminine. I'm going to ask about the masculine on the masculine side now, but it can be the feminine's masculine side too. And then I'm going to get something about the feminine because that was really nothing about the feminine unless you resonate, you know. What have we got for the masculine on the masculine side and the feminine's masculine side? Right. So the masculine is unable to move on from somebody from the past. So there's a lot of, oh yeah, look, and then look, past life memories. That would also be the past. That would also be past life memories of being an Atlantean king. So this is very specific today. But remember, Virgo season is specific, and my soul sits in the house of Virgo. So very specific. Past life memories, somebody that you've never forgot. Past life gifts emerging, putting the player life behind you, third party in reverse. So yeah, I really do feel that's just confirming what's come up. So that's interesting the way it came out. Okay, so now let's do the feminine then, because it feels like we've got the masculine's feminine side and the masculine's masculine side, which was putting some kind of player or even party lifestyle behind ancient wisdom arising, specifically Atlantis energy, and not being able to move on from someone from the past that you're having past life memories about. And so this can be the past in this life, but also I feel this person is having past life memories emerging. So it's quite intense. And like possibly in dreams, you're seeing flashes of when you've been together and stuff like that, and flashes of the future, I feel. And what else just came out there? Yeah, and then third party in reverse. Putting third party interference behind you. Or this is this person's plans. So this is quite funny because it's not the Queen of Wands, but it's the Queen of Swords, but it's my favorite Queen of Swords. So this Queen of Swords I love because she's very shamanic, and it's like she doesn't look as scary as what the Queen of Swords do in all the other decks. Like she's not like, what the fuck do you want, my sword? She's like, oh hello, I've just been out in the woods with my drum. Again, I'm not very how I don't like, oh hello, how are you doing, Ollie? Life is treating me well. I'm a wee bit tired tonight. That Uranus going retrograde is mind you, it never really moved far away from my Chiron, but I think it is just it's definitely doing something there. So again, if it's already doing something that's not retrograde yet, pray for me when it actually does go retrograde in a couple of days. I think I'm going to feel that quite strongly. It was funny because when it first went into Gemini, I really felt the empowerment of it, but something that I can already feel this kind of going. I don't know if I'm going to like that much. I might be wrong, but anyway. So yeah, all I was saying there is I'm not very stereotypical shamanic energy. Do you know what I mean? Because I do. Yeah, I just don't think that I am. In some ways I am, in some ways I am, and I'm more of a modern mystic, a modern shaman. But anyway, I feel this is kind of stereotypical. It's like she's got her drum, she's got her kind of like, her kind of bohemian hairdo there, and she's kind of like, I'm very soft and strong, and I'll hear you out, and I'll even transmute the stuff that's fucked me off. I don't know if she'd say it like that, but with my drum, I will transmute that with the sound, and I will clear the energy. So you can change that to however that would be for you, because that wouldn't even be what it is for me too. But she's quite soft, but she doesn't take any shit. Actually, that's me, the way I described that. But so that's how the feminine is in her feelings. Oh, but also if you think about it, right, true divine feminines, that's interesting. It's the Queen of Swords. You're more analytical, logical about things. So, it feels like the masculine is, although it was like there wasn't any major feelsy wheels. Oh, I suppose there was. There was a Six of Cups. Yeah. The masculines in the kind of daydreaming about the past and having past life memories and flashes of the future. And the feminine's more logical, analytical, practical, want to have a conversation, want to find out where you're at, can find out where I'm at. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean I can see that there's been a bit of a shift there, a bit of a shake up. That's what happens though. When you get closer to union, it's energy balancing out. And it does make sense that the other person has to experience the pain of what the other one went through. And then it sort of balances out. Right. So what else then about the feminine? Yeah, look, Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. So it's like that is the air and the earth. There's no water and fire. So there's no actually like love and the water and the fire is the love and the passion. The air and the earth is like the practical, the analytical, the groundedness. So the feminine is very practical, logical, analytical, and grounded. You're not kind of like, oh my God, I love this person. It's like, you're still in that. But yeah, so there's been a bit of a shake up here. But ultimately, I don't really, that Two of Cups card I find a bit boring. But anyway, that's by the by. This person is very passionate about their divine feminine. But not only are they, so remember the Knight of Wands is what, oh, that's interesting that I used, again, I don't like that term, but it is what came into my head. So it's who's going to make sense, who's going to be able to resonate with this. I did use the term player, and that annoys the hell out of me that everyone knows, oh, Knight of Wands is a player. But I think in this case, I think it is that. I think this person could have been seen as a bit of a player, or you, whoever's watching this. But I feel now this passion is being directed because there's a dog on this card too. So dogs are about unconditional love, loyalty. All this passion is being directed to their true love. So it's like this person is like no longer scattering the King of Wands energy. Oh, take that as a resonance. I didn't mean like that, but take it as it resonates, male or female. But it's like this person's passionate energy is being all directed right to the person that they love. And it's not just anyone. It's like Two of Cups is true love, twin flame, union, the couple sitting on the beach there. So this person's coming in strong. This person's coming in strong, and meaning that they're very passionate, but wanting to talk about all this love that they feel. But that's, to be fair, that was also the feminine cards I was asking about there. So there we go with that's everything that I just channeled there is true for whoever's want to bring that through. But that's also how so there is the love for the feminine. So it's exactly what I said before the cards came out. The feminine is in, logical, analytical, grounded, practical energy. You could be very focused on your business right now. Oh, Capricorn energy. So that's why that's coming through. Always pick up on stuff like that. Capricorn is business. But it's but you're still all about this true love, and you're still very passionate about your true love. Because, like I said, that I was asking about the feminine. I forgot, but there's no forgetting in this. That was coming through for the masculine too. So I feel what they're saying actually is you as the feminine, you know that this person's coming towards you. Like you feel it. You feel this person's coming towards you, very passionate, but in their feelings. And you miss them. Five of Cups. You miss this person, you feel them missing you. You feel them in loss, grief, maybe even coming out of a depression. Maybe some of them are still in that after a fight. So, you know, and again, I feel like with that five, so I feel it is very much like oh, 5-5 as well, big changes. Like I feel that's the big change here is that someone's coming out of a kind of defensive energy and more in a kind of sad energy. And I know that, oh my God, look, now we've got 9-9. And this person has had many sleepless nights about like you moving on. Because the Nine of Pentacles, you know, I often like see it as like, you know, like a basically a single person, like, you know, that's got their shit together, and it's like, you know, they just need one more pentacle and they're in the 10 of Pentacles, and that's what this person wants to bring you, or you want to bring that to your person. But it's kind of like but look at that woman. So again, I'm saying women, this could be the man, the Atlantean man. I'm going to call it the Atlantean man that's crying, you know, basically Nine of Swords is like up all night, can't sleep, trauma, stressed, worried. And again, if it's got something to do with the fact that your person or their person is single, footloose and fancy free and could wander off if they wanted to. While this person's hard at work, like to reach their star. So, sorry, I get really sorry, not sorry. I get really into it with this deck especially. But it's like, look, this person's hard at work, so they could be hard at work at their actual work, like for money, or they could be hard at work. There's a song on called "Public Enemy," Fight the Power. I feel this person's fighting addictions because that's come up the last few days. That's what came up in the shorts. I'm battling addictions. Yeah, I feel like it's like this person's been putting in the hard work to like clear codependency, whatever the addictions might be in their life, that are, you know, the things that are holding them back. And we did get, you know, putting third parties behind them. So the third party can be people in their feed-ins. Not always romantic. It can be karmic friends, karmic family, karmic job, whatever. But it's, you'll know what it is in your situation. But yeah, the your light is guiding them to become the 10 of Pentacles. That's so cool that they made me say that about 10 of Pentacles, and then the 10 of Pentacles comes out. So, you know, this is like happy families, like, you know, the couple staring at each other, smiling, being like, look, we made it. Our dog's there too. The dog's appearing again. So the dogs are very significant. Somebody could actually have a dog, or you might get a dog, or somebody you might like dogs, love dogs. But yeah, the children playing, the happy couple, the dog, like that's, this person's putting in a lot of hard work to be able to match. Hey, wait a minute. I'm confused. Oh, oh my God. Look what just, that's so fucking weird. Look what just happened. I'm like, how would I just read in the 10 of Pentacles and then the 10 of Pentacles came out after that? That was the 10 of Cups. Wait a minute, that's so weird. That must be the 10 of Cups card. I always read that as a 10. That's what I mean about it doesn't matter with me. This is the 10 of Pentacles. But that's even, wait a minute, I need to go in and get that. That must be the 10 of Cups. I always read that as but 10-10. So 10-10 could be, so 10, literal 10-10 this year could be significant. Or that could be significant for other reasons. But yeah, this person's working hard to bring you the ultimate happiness and the ultimate life, basically. That's what they want with you, if you want that with them, which we've already seen that is the case for. It's that card. That was a bit trippy. That always has meaning when I do that. Like I feel it's like you're gonna, like the level of happiness is going to be like you've never experienced before. Because there's me going on about being the 10 of Pentacles, which is great, but like 10 of Cups is like dreams coming true, happy families. It's, I was, you know what I mean? It's, where the fuck is that? No, that's the 10 of Cups. I'm so confused right now. Is that out of a different deck then? Or is there two? Tell me there's two 10 of it. I'm just totally, don't tell me there's two. They're fucking it. Oh, that's what it is. Oh my God. Right. Sorry. This is just beyond confusing. Look at this. People are, people that like know, people that knew what happened there would have been like screaming at the. No, that is the 10 of Pentacles, right? They're two different fucking decks. Wow. Because they do kind of, the backs do look kind of similar. Look at that. So I, just to put in the picture, I pulled out the 10 of Pentacles and read it as 10 of Pentacles because it is the 10 of Pentacles, right? Sometimes, again, I should trust my guys because they're not going to make me, I just say the words out, you know what I mean? And like I said, even if it was a mistake that I was thinking there, basically that's a weird, it's all part of it. So there must have been a lot of confusion in this connection for how, for all of that I've just channeled. But yeah, I pulled out the 10 of Pentacles and read it. And then, after being quite slow about it, but that's pulled the 10 of Pentacles out of another deck. I just thought it was just so you're both wanting the 10 of Pentacles with each other. That's kind of amazing. I think that might be the thumbnail. And then also, I always say this, but this is the James Arthur card because I always home in on the little couple and I always think he looks like James Arthur. So, look, there's a lighthouse on that 10 of Pentacles too. That's so crazy how I've done that, but I better put that with it. Wow. But look, this could be a bit of a secret. This is like all stuff that's a bit confusing and hidden right now. And there's the addictions that I was feeling. Look, the devil, especially because that's the Magic Mike card, because it looks like the scene in Magic Mike. That always looks to me like this guy has been caught up in something that's no good. You know what I mean? So whatever the addiction might be for different people. But yeah, secrets. Oh, that was interesting. Okay, we better move on to the next bit. But yeah, I love me a bit of tarot. Again, you'll know that if you've watched me for years, you'll know that I love tarot, but I have to be in the mood for it. I'm more of an oracle person, really. But I do love the tarot too. Like I've over the years, it's like I've grown to love the tarot more, but I get really stuck in it when I do it. Right, okay. So what bit will we go on to now? That was just to identify. Right, so South Node past repeating pattern. Right, let's use these ones. So, trigger alert if you're sensitive. We're all sensitive around here, though, surely. And sensitivity is a beautiful gift. But these can be quite hard hitting. I find them extremely on point, though, to be honest. So, really check in yourself, you know. Oh, that's not me. If everything else is resonating, you're like, oh, that's not me. Check in and be like, but is it though? You know what I mean? Because whenever I pull one of these for myself, just kicking about, it always comes out the same one. It always comes out with the fear of cheating one, and I can't argue with it. I think that is a lot of people's one, but right, okay. So what have we got here? I'm seeing in my mind's eye the vulnerability card. Can't remember what it says, but right. So what is a potential? Oh, it came out already. I was going to say, what is a potential repeating pattern? Like something that you've either worked hard to release or you need to release. Expectations. So for the feminine, when you expect too much, no one measures up. Ditch your list. Want what's real. So yeah, I feel that if you have had anything like where you've had really high expectations of this, that, and the next thing happening. Like you've worked hard to just be present and accept things the way they are, but without going into doom and gloom about it. Like trying the best you can to hold this person in the highest possible version, highest timeline, but with basically understanding and knowing that on the twin flame journey specifically, like, I was just watching the end of that one I channeled the other night, like, you've both got to do the work yourselves. You can inspire one another and stuff and be amused for one another, both people each other. But ultimately you've got the choice. So when I've just picked up the devil and the addictions and stuff, like people can choose to stay in that energy and play in that energy, basically, or they can choose to be like, I don't want to be in this anymore. I'm not happy. It's dragging my energy down. It's dragging my life down. I need to do something about this. Do you know, you can't force somebody to do something about it, whether it's twin flame journey or a friend or family member, sadly, as we'll all know. So I feel it's like, you know, the feminine has been like, you know, I don't want my person to be, you know, perfect, because nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. I just want it to be real. So no more of this kind of daydreaming, fantasizing, you know, one day we'll be together. It's kind of like the feminine's releasing, it's almost like the feminine is releasing the spiritual connection, although you never can, but that's the way it's coming through. Like the feminine, male or female, is releasing, yeah, like, you know, the basically, I would, yeah, releasing as much as you get, detaching, like you want what's real, you want the physical manifestation of this person. And we've already saw that that is what they want. So that's the way I would put it. Like it's no longer it's I can't even find the words. It's like both people want whoever, all the people that resonate with this, it's like this needs to happen like yesterday kind of thing. So I mean, I could almost even be reading people that actually are in physical union now, or if you're not in the physical union now, you're going to be like, it feels like, yeah, that's the only way I can describe that. But remember, I pick up on past, present, future, but I feel I'm already talking to people where this would, which is why when I said that about a pick up on public unions, you see what I mean? Like it could be that some people actually are together, and then people watch this and are like, oh, I think Claire's picking up on them. So I don't know. That's interesting. I can feel it. Right. Okay. So the masculine. What is a past life south node repeating pattern for the masculine? Something that you're working on releasing, or something that you have released, put the hard work into release. And remember, these things that could have been for the masculine too. I can see how that could definitely be for the masculine too, that they need to release, you know, the high expectations and want what's real. You know, both people, that's what it feels like you've had to work on. Like, um, like basically taking each other off the pedestal and just, and the thing is, I had, you know, whatever card comes out here, it's kind of quite simple as well, but I feel, I'm not going to say everyone, but like, you know, most people, but yeah, everyone at some point, like you, some people do it more than most. You can run rings around yourself really worrying about, oh, what if they don't accept me for who I am, or what if they, you know, can't, what if they don't like this about me, or what if they don't realize like I'm like a really moody fucker in the morning, or what if they don't realize that I snore, or what, like, you know, I could go on and on here, but it's kind of like these are all natural things that, you know what I mean? If you've done enough, I'm not gonna say the healing because it never stops, but if you've done enough healing and you've got enough awareness of the twin flame journey, because again, remember, if you're new around here, that's what I'm homing in on because I'm a twin flame healer. But this just goes for love in general. Take it slow. Like get to know each other. Like be friends. Like if you're that nervous about it, don't rush into bed. Like, don't jump into bed with this person. And again, if you were just wanting me roll around and then you want to say bye and whatever, then by all means do that. But that's not what I'm picking up on here. I'm picking up on two people that obviously want like the best of the best. Like, you know, for every person, you want the Ten of Pentacles. You both want the Ten of Pentacles with each other. So, you know, if it's a lasting love, then what's the rush? And then that stops all that fear coming in, you know. So that sounds really pointing out the obvious, doesn't it? But if it's coming through, so I feel, you know, everyone in that energy needs to hear that. Like it's catastrophizing, and there's really, you know what I mean? Like when you're panicking that much, you're rushing it. So, and if this is your person, you communicate and you're like, I'm really overwhelmed and this feels like a big deal. So can we just, you know, take it slow? And if it's the right person, they'll understand that, male or female, whoever you are. So, right, what have we got for the masculine? That's really funny. That is so funny with what I said at the start. But the good news is it's in reverse. Oh, so funny. I mean, I think that was being polite when I said, I don't know if I said reformed player or I don't know, but I said this person was a player. We've got sex only. Either you or your partners only want sex, except that it's okay or reach for more. Sorry, that is absolute banter that I just said that in my own way, didn't I? I just said if you're wanting a wee roll around and you're not really bothered about, you don't really give a shit whether this person fucking knows that you snore because you're not going to hang around long enough to get them to, for them to find out. But putting all that aside, because it was in reverse, there's two things here. I feel this masculine, this Atlantean king, all the Atlantean kings that are rising in this energy are finding that they're not attracted to these. Sorry, I don't say this all the time, but because I'm looking at the card, these ho ho hos. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not attracted to kind of people that put on a plate easily and really, who God knows how many other people they're doing that to, or like, are you even special to? This is what I'm channeling the masculine men right now, especially. It's kind of like, um, this karmic energy only wanted me for that, and like I've got like way more, and like, but they don't even care about the other sides of me, and it's like, but my twin flame that I'm being really pulled to cares about all parts of me, all facets of me. And I didn't, and it's like I'm feeling this person really honestly say, like, I hadn't awakened to that side of me then, but now I have, and everything's different. So you could see how that could actually be a major problem if someone wakes up in a marriage like this, or if they wake up in a serious relationship with kids involved and all that kind of stuff. So it can be way more complicated for some people. But either way, that is the energy that I'm picking up on. If someone's like, you know, this person only kind of likes me for the physical stuff. And I'm not about that. I'm not all about that. As we saw with the tarot cards, like, because that's what I got from the King of Wands in reverse is, you know, overly passionate energy. Because that's the thing, like, it fizzles out. If there's no connection with that passion, it fizzles out and then it would just be boring. Whereas with Twin Flames, it never fizzles out. It literally never fizzles out. But the problem is, if you're avoiding the healing, like it's toxic, so you've got to be in separation. So again, that's coming in for those of you as well that you're kidding me. I mean, as if people aren't going to believe me, but the final countdown has just come on. I'm not going to be able to get there. I know people are going to believe me, but that's so funny. Yeah, I got it. It's the final countdown. And also that just reminds me, I heard that out the window the other day too, and I was laughing. I nearly posted about it. And I thought I'll just mention in the next live, but yeah. So and it's just funny. It was like the car was going past right as that was coming out. So yeah, basically, accept that it's okay to reach for more. It's not okay anymore. That's what this masculine's saying. That's not okay anymore. That was okay in the past. It's not okay now. It doesn't do it for me. That's what I mean. Like someone's awakened. It's like the sacral chakra and the heart is merging, and that's not okay. But sorry, that is just so funny that I'm just laughing so much that what I said because it's not me. I'm just channeling the energy. So funny though. Right, okay. Um, so remember that's what is in the past. Right. Present North Node. So I think I might stick with these cards again. So the North Node focus, right, to get out your comfort zone. Actually, do you know what? I just want to do a wee bit with these cards, see if that Atlantean King comes out again. Could you tell me a wee bit about the past lives for the Divine Feminine? Past lives, or just something about um, a repeating pattern that you might have moved through, or something like that. Nope. Done. You've moved your karmic lessons. I feel this is the people I'm picking up on this, right? With everything I said about public unions, remember what I said? It's either people that are in the public eye or a lot of people are going to see this come together in quite a magical way. So, however that all fits for people. But I feel I'm picking up on the groups of twin flames that you've both put in the hard work and you're headed for union, because that's my union card. Celebrate. The energy of excitement is in the air. Announcements, connections, and celebrations bring unity, union, and joy. So when I'm asking about, what's the repeating pattern that the feminine might be in right now, male or female, or the masculine's feminine side, it's like there's not a repeating karmic pattern. Like if something arises for the divine feminine's male or female, like you're smashing out the park, you know. Like, so I could use myself an example there for quite a light thing. Like, um, when I notice I'm extra tired, or if something unexpected comes up and I'm like, no, I'm not feeling it, you know, rather than pushing through to people please, which I've done this for 10 years in public now, absolutely I would have done that, you know. And even like not so, it really just depends, you know. If I'm in, I know if I'm in a good balance of my feminine and masculine, and other times I might be a bit more out of balance and I might be more kind of, you know, oh, you know, I've said I was going to show up, so I better show up kind of thing. Whereas, like, you know, I didn't, whatever, you know, for all different sort of reasons that I didn't come and go live last night. That's a karmic lesson that I'm mastering, because I'm like, no, I'm putting myself first. You know, who cares that I'm not going to be channeling it in the Capricorn moon? Like, I think that's really just me that's that weird about that. Do you know what I mean? But it's weird, but I love it. Do you know what I mean? I do a lot, like, again, I just move so, you know, that's everybody that has followed me since Facebook, you know that. Like, I just, it's like I just, it's like word vomit. I can't stop myself from commenting on the astrology, especially wherever the moon and the sun, you know what I mean? The sun's always there for, like, you know, a month, but like the moon sign, I move with the moons. So that it's really not that big a deal, you know. So that's really quite, that's a good lesson for me to master, is to put myself first, you know what I mean? Which, like I said, most of the time I do, but not all the time, because nobody's perfect. So I feel that's what's got, but there is excitement in the air, like, and you can feel it. I already channeled this. If you're the divine feminine, you can feel it. So that's exciting. So let's see what the masculine gets for their, either their past life, especially because of the Atlantean king bit, or same thing. Is there any sort of repeating patterns anywhere where you're staying stuck in the past? If Celebrate comes out again, that's going to be quite exciting. Oh, two came out. Oh my god. Whoa. This is huge, by the way. This is quite, sorry, not sorry. Remember, my 10th house is Leo, so I always go a little bit. I forgot that. I always go a little bit of Leo. I always give it a little bit of gold glitter in the message. But vibrational shift, mind shift. Look at that. So it's two women on the card. So if you're the masculine woman out there, you could really be feeling these cards, but you can be a guy equally the same. But look, they've both got their eyes closed, and it's like I'm feeling, and also Kate Bush running up that hill. That always reminds me, like, someone can't get to you quick enough. Like, this masculine wants, I want to run to you. Ooh. Can't sing Whitney, so that's all that is Whitney, isn't it? But now, or like now I'm hearing like, and when the feeling's right, I'm gonna run all night. I'm gonna run to you. But Brian Adams, I loved that when I was wee. And then I reflected on it as I got older, and I was like, my mum and dad really should not have been letting me listen to that cassette player as a little child, because the words to that are not very good. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I love Brian Adams. They couldn't have stopped me though. I loved Brian Adams. But yeah, but also, side note as well, guys. See, when I use the Hotman cards, if any of those cards come out about they will never compare to you, or I'm leaving my partner, it's been over since I met you, I'm not going to be surprised with that song, because that song is about, well, oh, what's the exact lyrics again? I think I can remember about looking it up. She's got a heart of gold, she'd never let me down. But you're the one that always turns me on. You keep me coming round. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, oh, but the hair's not. It's basically, it's there's something no right about that. Do you know what I mean? Like, somebody's run into somebody else and they should be cutting it off with somebody else before they do that. That's, you know, so take it as it. We could just ignore that bit. It will be relevant to some people, but we can just pretend like the person has done that, and, you know, whatever. I hope that's not relevant, but that song is about cheating. So but it's more just the fact that this person is excited and they want to come to you. So I think that's just for a small minority of people that might be relevant. So just be aware of your boundaries. But nah, I think because of it feels like to people that have learned their lessons that I think it could be at some point, you know, maybe it's a temptation has been there for this person to run to you away from wherever they are. But maybe the guilt, because I just, that line, she's got a heart of gold, she never let me down. But you're the, yeah, that just keeps coming to me. That's not usually the line that comes to me. I mean, because it's kind of given boring. It's like, oh, she's got a heart of gold, she never let me down, but you know, I'm being pulled to you. You're the one I'm turned on. You know what I mean? There's something about that. So mindset shift. Struggle dances to the tune of the mind. Ease flows with the tune of the heart. Again, the heart of gold thing, I don't even know where that's coming from, because that's not what I usually pick up on with karmic energies. So maybe we've actually tuned into someone's energy where that's a difficult thing. The karmic person's a nice person, but it's just not working anymore. Fuck knows. Might be for like a couple of people out there. Vibrational shift. You're shifting from polarized world of duality to freedom of heart unity. Unity, unity, unity. Might need to put unity in the title, because that's come out with a few cards. So yeah, the masculine's having a huge mindset shift, a vibrational shift. That's given timeline shift. That's why I think that happened with the Ten of Pentacles confusion there. But it's like I said, if you're new to me, I know it can get a bit confusing itself, but none of that, it's not that I never make mistakes in life, believe me, because I do. It's like, it's when I'm doing this, it's all part of it. It's literally, but even in my own life, I know it's all part of it. You learn, but you know what I mean? When I'm doing this, it's all part of it. So that two people focused on the Ten of Pentacles, it's like this person's on the same page as you. So see, if you're the Divine Feminine, this person's on the same page as you. But I think that's why the moon was there. You don't realize this. But to be honest with you, if that is something that, you know what I mean, like, that just comes through so much. I mean, I channel that too, and we hear every man and their dog saying that too. But I'm more feeling like a lot of you actually do know. You know what I mean? You do know. Like, I've actually said that several times in this. I'm not going to insult the Divine Feminines. You do know. It's like, so it's almost like this. It's like this person thinks it's a secret, but it's not a secret. You know what I mean? I feel quite a lot of Divine Feminine do feel this person coming. And there'll be a few you're kind of like, oh, I wonder if they are going to pop up, and oh, I better not. It's almost like I'm tuning into some people, like, I better not kind of tell myself it's happening. I'm going to get let down again. But I can feel a strong, strong group of Divine Feminines that are like, oh yeah, I know this person's going to pop up strong. It's just out of nowhere though, and I might even get a sign right before it happens, or I might not. But I know they're coming. Radio Gaga, the works is just. Yeah, but anyway, but I'm telling all the secrets, so that's basically what happens when I'm on here. Wait a minute, I should have looked to see what song went off. I turned it off before it went on. What's that? Outside of Love, Becky Hill. I don't really understand it, and you don't want to talk about it. So where do we go now? What are we doing? I can't stand the silence deafening. That look in your eye. I don't even know I don't even know how that goes. You've come to the point. Wait a minute. Oh, is it? I thought we said forever. It's cold outside of love. We can reignite the fire, or should we admit we're giving up? Right now, I don't know why I'm cold on the outside of love. Outside of love. Oh, that's all it says, outside of love. I think that's what it is. I don't know if I even really like that. I think so. I feel that's what it is. It's like this person feels like Five of Pentacles, like on the outside of your love, and they can't stand it anymore because they're in this heart unity. This, again, I feel really excited. I feel like this masculine feels really excited. They want to run to you. Like I said, more than all the other chat with that song, it's more like, and when the feeling's right, I'm gonna run all night. I'm gonna run to you. Run. This person could be coming to you at night as well. Okay, that's enough of that. So someone's had a mindset shift. Right, so right, now I'll go into it. So the North Node focus, how to get out your comfort zone. So we're going to use these cards again. So same thing, right? You've either worked through this or you're currently working on it. So what have we got for the Divine Feminine? Sorry, when I itch my nose, if you're new, that's when I'm feeling loved ones in spirit. And I do feel they are gathering very closely around both people, all the people that are in this energy. Ambivalent. You say you want a lover, but you're not all in. Take time to figure out what you want. So again, I feel this is the feminines, right? But there's a man on the card there. But it's like, so I can still be the masculine's feminine side too. So again, that something's happens. I'm more feeling it's the masculine's feelings, that it's like that they've had to take time, you or they have had to take time to figure out what it is they really want, and what they really want is you. So but if for the feminine as well, I feel it's like you've worked through feelings of any kind of fears around being, like, say you've been single for a long time, like any kind of fears around the change that that would bring. Because let's face it, if you've been single a long time, and trust me, I would know because it's been over 20 years, and even the relationship I was in, I can't even call it a relationship, guys, but I guess I was called it that at the time. But you know what I mean? But it was one of the ones where I actually lived away and he only came back for a bit. So the thing is like, that's scary. Do you know what I mean? Because your whole life would change. Like, if you can just do what you want when you want, really, and then your life has got to move around someone else's, it's, you know, that's a bit scary, right? So it's like, I feel you've worked through those kind of fears, or you currently are, wherever you're at with that. But it could also be like, if you've, like, you know, like that you've maybe not been single for as long as that, because not many people have. That is something that is quite rare about me. I'm aware of it, but again, that's why I always say I'm one of the divine feminines that has had quite a unique journey, and that's my journey. Everyone's journey is different. But, you know, say you've been out of a relationship a couple of years or something, and I feel you've had to work through the fears of what went wrong in the last relationship, and not to expect the same things to go wrong with this pit bull, your twin flame that's coming in. You know what I mean? So take that as it resonates. Right, okay, so the masculine, be interested if the same card comes out. Wow. So, right. So this one comes out a lot for the masculine, and it's good that it actually came out in reverse. So I feel the work that this group of divine masculine Atlantean kings, I'm just going to keep saying, have been working on is, I feel those of you that settled for like low hanging fruit kind of connections, or actually with that sex only card in reverse, like ones that were like, you know, initially lust based and then it fizzles out, which, like I said, can be a problem if you settle down with that kind of person and you're like, oh fuck, like, do you know what I mean? It was an illusion. I shouldn't have, like, you know, I shouldn't have actually given, I shouldn't have given all my pentacles and all of my energy to this when there was no connection. But it's kind of like, you know, this says feeling unloved. And the weird thing about this card, right, is it's like, I can just never work out what's going on. It's like the guy has fallen asleep, and it's like she looks like she's fallen asleep sitting up too. Either that, or they're really bored of each other and they're not talking, but it looks like both people have fallen asleep and not cuddling each other, I might add. So this looks like a karmic relationship. You deserve someone who can support you emotionally and love you fully. Wow. Wow. See how that fits with the sex only, right, in reverse? Because it's like some of these connections might have worked at first because it was sex only and that's all both people wanted, right? It's like that card from the other night when I, I was clipping that today, and sorry, that is funny. Like, see, whenever I pick that card, I'm like, that is banter. The no strings card, because he's like, look, Ken, I'm no wanting this, right? You knew what we're getting into when we got into this. Stop hassling me for more. Like, it's kind of giving that vibe again. It's like, do you know what I mean? But it feels like both people have fallen into something and like then realize there's no connection. So I do feel this could have been a wee bit, you know, this could be serious things too. Like, people have committed to things and it's fizzled out quite quickly. So these are the kind of like marriages and that like only last like 6 months or like, you know, something like that, because it's like wasn't real. But yeah, you deserve someone who can support you emotionally and love you fully. This group of masculines, male or female, you pick something that was more lusty, and so, you know, it's like almost like I'm feeling like two people that are like dismissive, avoid it. It's kind of like it's suited both people because you don't need to give more. But then the minute that this group of masculines wake up and they do want somebody to give them a cuddle, and they do want someone to listen when they've had a bad day, and they do want someone to love them for more than just their money or their looks, it's falling apart. It's either falling apart right fucking now this week, because the full moon eclipse in Pisces is endings, eclipse in any sign, big massive changings, and life changing endings. Eclipses can all link onto each other as well. I spoke about this, you know, on one of the last lives, that I've had synchronicities. I can remember one that I had 10 or 11 years ago in my life, and then I had a repeating synchronicity of it this time this year that came through a friend of mine that I actually think I'd completely forgot about a story that I told it. But anyway, it was quite magical. But the point is that it was on an eclipse that I had that synchronicity like all those years ago, And then I had a similar synchronicity through a friend, and I was like, wow. So it was like I knew it was like a hint, you know, of something to come, and like very soon. And that's what I mean. So, like, you know, when you really get the magic of eclipses, you could have had something that's happened that long ago, um, and you remember it and you never forget. And it's when you get how eclipses work, that yeah, it can be something happens like 10 years later on an eclipse, the same eclipse, or something happens like 7 years later, karmic cycle, or 5 years later. So yeah, there's that coming in. But yeah, I really do feel this group of masculines, you've worked through that feeling of feeling unloved, and you've recognized where you picked people where they didn't tick all your boxes. And it's not in the fussy ticking all your boxes. You've realized that you were in that part of life where you were shut off from your feelings, you know, you hadn't healed those parts. But I feel now that you're a group of masculine, male or female, more picking up on the male, I've got to be honest, but you know, female and male, yeah, you're in touch. Oh, and then green flag just flashed up on the TV. So it's like, you know, that's nice. It feels like this person that I'm pulling through the strongest is like, I feel like I could have been a bit of a red flag in the past for many reasons. But now I feel I'm a green flag. Like I feel I've worked on myself, I love myself, and I'm ready to give that love to the person that I love if they'll have me. I'm not that person anymore. So that's like, you know, be proud of yourself if you're talking like that about yourself, or you're getting to that point, because I do feel that really fits with what I've already picked up on. Right, I forgot I didn't use these. So hi Charlotte, how are you doing? Um been ages since I've been on the channel. Yes, I know it has. I've been missing you. I was wondering. I was going to email you because I was like, that's, you know, Charlotte's been really quiet. So, but no, I'm glad you're here. And also remind me, um, either. Oh my God, it's already 9:30 now. Fuck. That's what I mean. Right. So Renee, come so that I can decide. I was gonna the plan has not, the plan was I was going to do this and then I was going to go in the membership. I think more realistically it was going to be about 10. And I can still do that. I can still get through this bit and go in there at 10. But I was more wondering whether I'm meant to go in the membership just tomorrow and just do this and then maybe even do Aquarius after this, or still do Aquarius tomorrow. But I don't know. Who's here? Lex, are you still here? You said you were going to be cooking your tea. August was all kinds of hectic, so I'm exhausted, but okay. Yeah, no, I can understand school holidays and everything. Yeah, all I was going to say there is, Charlotte, you're still due your new moon cards, and so's Lexi. So basically, Lexi was here, and then I think she's pottering about and stuff. So yeah, you two can get your cards when I finish this, and yeah, we'll check in with Renee when she comes here. So Goddess Retrieval, who are you? I love your name. Are you new? Um, but and that's actually very in line with what I was saying. um, I'm actually wondering if you might be somebody I know, but I'll wait until you. I don't know. Right. Oh, you're new. What's your name? You don't need to tell us your name, actually. You can just say Goddess Retrieval because I really love that. It's everything I'm all about. Helping the goddesses rise and soul retrieval. So you're in the right place. So is the yes to being new? But yeah, just remind me. If I could turn back time, if I could find a way, I'd take back all those words that had hurt you, and you'd stay. Yes, that's right. Cher is walking about right now in her fishnets with all the sailors. But that's how this man feels. And I have consistently said throughout this, I'm picking up more on the male energy. So yeah, this male doesn't feel like this anymore. Or if you do, you're not going to be feeling like that much longer. But I feel more this is past energy. This man was in despair. I feel there's a lot of, all right, hello, Chrissy, welcome. I feel this man has been in despair over you, if you are the divine feminine. And I feel it's going to have very much something to do with the past. So we'll just, I think it's all going to, yeah. I think with what's already come through, that's going to be obvious. Like somebody chose wrong through. I just even heard beer goggles, glasses. So whatever it is, you know what I mean? Lusty eyes, or beer goggles, or addictions, or a mixture of all of this. But it's like that. It's left this man feeling like that and wishing they could turn back time. So what else do we need to know? Oh, already. And yes, there's going to be a message coming in. So that's I could feel that. You know, I mean, that's what I'm saying about it. It's like I feel if you're on the receiving end of this, you feel it. If you are this person, well, you know it because you're sending the message. But I feel, you know, there's texts, there's calls, there's like pop-up visits, there's whatever things through the mail, emails. It's all the things, all the things. And I think all of this could come up. Like I said, there's a group of people where it's not going to be a big shock. Like you really do feel it coming in. You just don't know where it's going to come from, but you feel it strongly coming in. Or for some of you, it is going to be completely out of the blue, and that's a lot to do with Uranus going retrograde in Gemini. Oh, and also Gemini is communication, so that's interesting. Um, but yeah, this, and again, like that's plenty because you know I said as well. This group of divine masculine, like I said, you know, so I always say it right. Like this is what I mean. Like I'm, you know, as blunt as fuck as I am. Basically, if you're new, if you're not new, everyone knows that. I'm very polite as well, and that's part of having an Aries sun in the house of Virgo. Virgo is very polite, you know, and humble in that too. So it's weird because Aries is confidence and Virgo is humble. So I'm a weird mix of both. And again, if you don't know me and you just came across the channel, you could be like, oh, she's a bit much or whatever. I really couldn't give a fuck, right? Because it's kind of like, you know, that's it. It's like I am who I am. You either get me or don't. But basically, I feel when you get a rounded idea of me, you'll know that I might, you know, I'm very blunt and the message comes through, but always comes from a good place. And I'm just channeling, you know, the God and the guides anyway. But it's so I feel with me, look at this is interesting. The over explaining that I'm falling into, oh my God, and the song Beat It has just come on. That's what I was falling into there. Is it's like this masculine energy feels like you're going to tell me to beat it. Sorry, that's really funny the way it came through. But I looked up and they just pulled my eyes to beat it. Like this masculine, there's a fear of rejection there, and it must be from whatever's went on in the past. But they're pulling my eyes to I love you. Like basically, I feel this person is going to turn up pretty emotional because, but they're excited. It's like this person's excited to see you again because they've worked through all this stuff. But they are like they're emotional. This feels like this is full moon and Pisces stuff, guys, which is Sunday, remember. So again, and I have to stress, it doesn't mean all of this goes down on Sunday. Although it really could for a lot of people because the full moon illuminates a full moon alone, never mind a full moon eclipse, but a full moon illuminates what's in your subconscious. And Pisces 12th house actually is the subconscious. So, you know, this could be really full on for people and be very, very careful. I said this before, but be very careful if you are drinking or any type of intoxication, addictions. You know, I'm going to really keep the collective and everyone in my prayers, but this is inevitably we're going to see, you know, it's not it's a really, this is the worst full moon all year for people with any type of addictions like that because it is yeah, it's just, you know, it heightens it big time. So, you know, make sure you're staying away from any temptations that could pull you back in an old timeline, especially because Saturn retrograde in Pisces newly as well could pull, you know, the relapses, what, you know what I mean? There's a strong possibility of that. So if you even think that there's a possibility that you could get pulled back, don't be around karmic people that are going to pull you into bad habits, or, you know, just make sure you're with people that are going to keep you on the straight and narrow, whatever that means. That's what I'm hearing. So that'll be for whoever that's meant to be for. But yeah, it really does feel like, anyway, the thing is when it's an eclipse, like the energy can last quite a while after it. You know, like I think it's about 3 months really the energy can be felt from the day. I think it may even be six. I think it's 3 months. 3 months, 6 months, you know, it's like it's long lasting energy. And it just feels like it feels like the energy I'm picking up on, right? Like this group of people, this group of, oh yeah, sorry, that's why I started going on about polite and the blunt thing. All I was going to say was I'm respectful of all genders, and the masculine, there's a lot of divine masculine females. Basically, the women that you get drawn to this channel predominantly are mostly always in the masculine energy. Although there will be some divine feminine females that tune in, but a lot of them don't talk. So, but what I'm strongly feeling with this, and that's what happens when I'm channeling, is I'm feeling a group of males, like the group of male divine masculine stronger. So just keep that in mind though. If you are a divine masculine, you're a female, and but I'm just going to channel it that way because that's the way it's coming through really strongly. And it makes sense with what I pulled out with Atlantean King. But however excited this person is to come forward and sure about their feelings, I feel that full moon at the weekend is going to fuck them up. Like, it feels like fuck them up in a good way, but it's, it's going to put somebody really in their feelings. What else do we need to know about that? I just want to see if false person comes out. Right, false person didn't come out, but courtship in reverse. So again, like that, I just feel that's really fitting with what's coming through here. Like somebody chose wrong in the past, and I feel that's behind them. House, you know what I mean? I feel there was serious commitments with a false union, false twin flame, however far that went. And they're saying I said what I said. I think that's why that song was coming through. And when the feeling's right, I'm gonna run it. You know what I mean? So I think, yeah. You're the one that always turns me on. Gift. Yeah. So when this person comes forward, they might have some type of gift. Like I always say, the gift of their presence is enough if you haven't seen this person for a long time or heard from them. But I feel this person is coming forward, yeah, the flowers or whatever some sort of gift. Courtship, yeah. And again, it's because they know they've done wrong. Betty Davis eyes just come on, mistaken identity. Oh my God, mistaken identity. Again, it's like this person, look, official person and family room. I think this person, all this group of people that are in this, I think they've went through quite a bit with official people and the breakdown of some kind of family. Message of concern. Look, and then there's the feminine, like, oh my God, I knew it. I felt them coming, and there's the message. There's a letter through the post. Sorry, my nose is really itchy now. So, despair. Yeah. Look, how the fuck do I tell this person everything I'm going through? And there's the wee, look, the dog keeps consistently, welcome back, Lexi. I don't know if I said that. I thought in my head. This dog keeps consistently appearing in all the cards, the loyalty and the unconditional love. How the fuck do I tell this person I love them? They're never going to believe me with everything that's went on. But this person's like, oh my God, I knew they were, oh my God, oh my God. Right, we'll put them down. Anything else? Is false person even in this? Anything else? You don't need to know. We don't need to go on about the past. I'm the main man now. I'm the main male, and you're my main female. That's dead in the water. That's behind me. It's all sorted out with official people. This could have went to court, whatever this is, fighting over houses and cars, thief. Oh dear, I don't like that. I just said this could have went to court and thieves come out. This came out in was it Scorpio? Like literally that card came out at the start. So is that literal thief? Is that energy thief? Be different with different people, but I feel if it's an energy thief, it's like what I said at the start. It's a copycat, karmic. It's somebody that was posing as I'm your life partner, I'm your wife, I'm your girlfriend, I'm your soulmate. Could even be in some cases I'm your twin flame. Don't listen to that crazy person. But this guy's like, no, you're not my twin flame. That's my twin flame. And what did I say? I said, I'm the main male, I'm the main man, you're my main female, and look, main female. And there she's holding a rose. So I think that could be that like that's roses coming towards you. So but red roses always signify true love to me anyway. But yeah, look, main female. Wait a minute. There's so many good thumbnail options here. Surely that's in the thing. Wealthy man. This person, okay, look, that was the person working on the pentacles. Again, this is probably going to be one of these annoying things where it's like, and then child. So again, there could be a child involved because it's just one wee girl on that card. Marriage. In this case, you know, sometimes I could still be talking about this person's just out of a marriage or divorce or something, but I was more feeling like the main female, main male. This person sees you as their union that they want to be in, whether that is literal marriage or whatever. But yeah, concern. But there is concern there. Right. So, okay. Those cards are always interesting. Right. Okay. So, what karmic lessons are they learning and what needs to be released? Okay, why am I being led to these? We'll trust that though. I kind of want to go. I want to live on the edge. I kind of want to go to the other ones, the really dramatic ones. We'll do these first. Hello, Beck. How are you doing? Speaking of pentacle cards, I saw a David Bowie tarot deck in a local plant shop. Oh yeah, I've seen that one. I always think of you when I see it as well. If you don't know the banter behind that, guys, my dad looks like David. Well, my dad's older now. Sorry, Dad, if you're looking, but he won't be. But my dad in his younger years, in fact, it still does, but it looks like David Bowie. So that's the joke behind that. But I'm doing good. I'm tired. My energy's picked up a wee bit more. Did we? There's a gambling advert on there, so that's come up before. But one of the gamblings could be. Gambling could be one of the addictions that's coming in for some people. Or this person's going to take a risk to go towards you. Doing better than I was the last time. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I literally just finished watching that before I came on here. Yeah, we'll just finish this and I'll see. I'm calling it Renee, come and join us here. Let's check in. Basically, Lexi, can I just check? See if it's are you around tomorrow night if I do the membership group tomorrow? Like, say about this time. If I went on about half 9, which was 20 minutes ago, or 10. No, look, that's so weird. This is because it's delayed. Lexi has just asked, is there a live in the membership tonight? Right, as I'm asking it, but that's because it's delayed. Well, there is meant to be in 10 minutes. And there still can be, but I don't think it'd be in 10 minutes. But I'm just checking. But Charlotte, I don't know, Charlotte, have you seen the live that I done last Thursday? Because if not, I don't know about it. I mean, it's right. So you are around tomorrow, right? I think I'm meant to do that tomorrow. Then it's just by the time I get to the end of this, I'll just decide whether to just power through and do Aquarius after this, and then that means I've just got to do the membership with you guys tomorrow. I think that maybe is preferable. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like I've got to watch like my energy because I really don't like that Pisces full moon. I'll be very protecting my energy this weekend. Hmm. I think Renee would be all right with that if he doesn't come on. Yeah, okay, right, okay. So I think I'm making the executive decision there. I think, and I'm only saying I would say earlier, but half 8 isn't good for you, Lex. I can email you and ask this, but I'm only yeah, you don't like it either. Yeah, no, I don't know if anyone really likes it. I'm not stressed, sorry. I always give Pisces moon a bad rap. It is a magical moon side to have too. You know, and there are magical things about when the moon is in Pisces. I always have like the most amazing, mind-blowing, magical, like I know I have that all the time, but even more so. Um, but I'm just like too much in my feelings in it, and I just find it a wee bit much. Anyway, right, okay, so let's see. So What are the karmic lessons that are currently being learned by the masculine or that need to be released or have been released? We'll work out what comes out, keeping in mind the things that's already said. I feel you. My spider sense is tingling. Are you thinking of me? Because I'm definitely thinking of you. I always have to say it like that. I never can. I'm frustrated. Please don't pay attention to my moods. I allow my physical world to affect me more than it should. I get frustrated at my life and I know it needs to change. I'm working on this. Hey, hot man, how the divine feminine's going to know what your moods are like when you've not spoke to them for years, which is in the case of most people. So for some people, this might be relevant to you because we had someone the other night that you are in contact with your masculine every sort of few days. So maybe that'll be relevant to you. But for most of us, we're not going to have a fucking clue. But we might be able to feel it because when they're having a bad day, you're going to have a bad day. You're not going to necessarily know why you're having a bad day. Or you might be like, no, he must be having a shit day because I'm feeling like I'm feeling something that's not mine. And then you're like, sending you love, whatever you're going through. But I'm going to focus on me. But yeah, so I feel and then look, and then as I said that, I just looked down and saw Goddess Retrieval. What was it again? Did you say your name was Christy or Chrissy? Saying we feel them. So like you guys are literally like I'm saying it, and then you guys are saying it at the same time, and then I'm not seeing it. Chrissy, right? I remember that. We're so in tune. But yeah, that's true. We do know because we feel it. Oh no, that's froze. Shit. Now I can't scroll it. Wait a minute. Ah, they're fucking with us. What the hell have I just, guys? Hopefully I'm still live. It's like literally scrolled on to all this other shit. Wait a minute. What is going on? Oh no, I'm scared. I'm like, wait, I've rolled on to somebody else's. I'll still be live, but I can't see me. Wait a minute. Don't panic, Claire. It's all right. God, Material Girl is on right now too. Let's hope I am live. I'm just talking to myself. Right. What's going on? This is the energy's fucking with me. Right. So view your channel. Here I am. These are probably laughing at me right now. There we go. I found me again. Well, look, you can see me like my eyes, like, what's going on here? I'm confused. It's okay, I found me. I just rolled on to someone else's. That was random. Yes, Material Girl is on. So I just feel that as further. Oh my God. Has that got something to do with thief? Because we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl, and I'm the karmic energy, and I don't care about your feelings, masculine. I just want your money. Sorry, but that's what I'm feeling. So, just to reiterate, that's the karmic energy. That isn't the divine feminine. So, if you think you're a divine feminine and they're going on about your money all the time, I don't think you're with a divine feminine, basically. I'm surprised. Please don't be mad at me. I'm trying so hard to change. So this person's going through a spontaneous shock awakening. I think a lot is changing in their life. We're meant to be together and I'll wait for as long as it takes if I shot with you. The thing about that, I always get this feeling that something really shady's went down because it's like this person realizes it might take quite a while to win you round or to get you to listen to them. And it's going to have something to do with everything that's come through here. I think somebody chose money over love. These ones come through a lot because it's Capricorn, and like I said, Capricorn placements. Now, don't throw stuff at me, Capricorn placements. We've all got Capricorn somewhere, but Capricorn is business and money. So, um, yes, I think when someone was more lust based than connected to their heart and their love, they have made yeah, they've picked that way. They've went that way. They've went for superficial and shallow connections with Material Girl coming on and the sex only card. There's all the things are screaming at that, right? But it's like that is not how this person is now. I don't feel like I deserve you. But you see, now this person's been beating himself up because it's like, um, sorry, sorry for laughing, but now Purple Rain's just come on. I never meant to cause you any wrong. What's that? Never meant to cause you any trouble. Never meant to cause you any pain. La, 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 in the purple rain. Purple rain. But again, this person's sad. They're in despair. Also, purple rain is always one of my signs about spontaneous awakening for a huge mass collective amount of people. So that's weird that I just said that a few minutes ago and that's come on. And it's because oh no, but that's the other song, sorry. I'm more thinking of 1999. The sky was all purple, there were people running everywhere, something like that. Like Purple Rain. So that's not the same song, but it made me think of that. You know, because it's like the shift, you know, when the energies, there might be actual stuff like that happens. The sky will change colour and everyone will be running about like, what's going on? But it's more an energy thing. The shift is now. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but that's always one of my hashtags, right, for years. And I don't do that. Like it keeps, that's the first hashtag that keeps going, you know, that keeps being one of the main three. And I'm like, I think that's my guide's doing a bit of a sign. We're in the shift now because we are. It's like I noticed in that one that I done the other day. I said that, you know, when a lot of twin flame unions are really public and they are coming together, it's because there's a lot of shit going down in the world. So it's a good thing because you've got true twin flames being reunited. But it's not such a good thing because it means there's some major shit going down in the world where strong people, powerful unions need to be together to emit that frequency in wherever it is you are. But we know this is all true anyway. I've been working on myself. Yeah, that really fits. Like this person's went through some kind of hell and back with some kind of ho ho ho, some kind of material girl, you know, or guy, whatever. Change all you do, you know, whatever genders are going on. But we've seen that it's guys and it's gals, right? So material, yeah. Look, because we've got Atlantean king, right, and then we've got material girl. So I can't help that these are the things that are coming out of me. But yeah, I've been working on myself. So someone's been working on themselves. This is all stuff to get. This is all karmic lessons that need to be released. A hurt. Sometimes when I think of you, it hits me so badly just how much I've messed it all up. Will you ever forgive me? Wow, that really fits too. So, yeah, that's basically it. This person's been in despair, feeling like they messed it all up, that they went the wrong way, that they fucked their life up, all these kind of feelings. And it's like, but for the most part, it feels like this person has, if they've not already got over that, they will very soon. Because I want to make you happy. I miss your smile. I'm ready for commitment. And that's come through as well with other Kipper cards. It's like this. It's like the desire to be with you now it's overtaken the fear of rejection and you know, the beating themselves up and stuff like that. So love that song. Minnesota represent, woohoo. Someone made a crocheted, oh, is that where he's from? Someone made a crocheted prince and I still have him. A crocheted prince? Because that sounds interesting. I'd like to see a picture of that. A reader last year told me the song Purple Rain would be significant, so I'm listening right now. Purple Rain is a very significant song for twin flames in general, I would say. Yeah, but that was kind of interesting with the cards that came out with that line. I never meant to cause you any trouble, never meant to cause you any pain. Oh, God, of course that. We used to be best buddies, and now we're not. Please, why don't somebody tell me where? Yeah, I forgot the rest of the words. So this person feels really sad that you used to have a friendship above like other, you know, above everything else, and it's gone now. They feel like they messed up, that you don't trust them, that you're never going to trust them, or this is how they felt in the you know, in the thick of it. But oh my God, whenever I say, oh shit, I just can't stop singing. Whenever I say in the thick of it, it always makes me think of that Selena thingy song, in the thick of healing. Which unfortunately that line is because in 2 months you replaced us like it was easy in the thick of healing. I'm really fucked off. Anyway, but you know what I mean? It's like this person, you know, so whenever this broke down, you know, whenever long this was, 2 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, this person moved on and made it look like you didn't mean much to them. Mum says hang up, but that wasn't true. Again, with this jumping out right when I said that, this could have either somebody could have reunited with the mother of a child, or like this could have been pressurized by their mum or something. Like, you're talking too serious about that person. Like, I think you ought to like sort of have fun and live your life, and I don't know, something like that. You make me so hot just thinking about our times together. So the feminine obviously feels very passionate about the masculine, to go with what's come through about the masculine, regardless of what's happened. And that's just jumped out again. You've taught me how to love myself, and I know you're trying to love yourself and proud of you. Oh, and they are, because it says I'm working on myself, right? So, I'm kind of a bit lost in the sauce of what I've been picking up here. Right. So, but again, that feels part of it. See, when I'm like not really paying attention to the questions that I have, and then they kind of going all spacey. That's how this person feels. Like they're coming out of a bit of a dreamy. It's like a nightmare / dream, because it's like someone's like, I just can't believe all this has happened. Like, right. So let's get some for the feminine. That's what the masculine's going through. Try to release all that crap. So, or they already have. Oh, there's those cards. Boom, love it. That's what we need. I don't know where the other one is, so I did pick up. Right. Tell us something about where the feminine's at. Yes, he's from Minnesota. All right, nice. Heaven is a place on earth. Well, that's the twin flames creating heaven on earth. You can do it. So remember your identity. So this is the karmic lessons, what needs to be released. Again, divine feminine, you can do it. You've come this far, male and female divine feminines, you're not going to give up now. You can do it. It's like wherever you're at on your journey, whether you're in the group of divine feminines that you can smell it, you can taste it, you can feel it. It feels like this person's here. Like it feels like, that this is about to happen. Whenever that is, you just know it feels like, I've just realised actually, not that long ago, I posted that the song September came on, James Arthur, which is one of my favourites anyway. But then I was like, oh, it is September. So I think they were trying to tell me that I feel this is specifically for people that are uniting, reuniting or coming in union this month, like September. And again, I don't say things like that loosely, guys. And don't come for me. I'm just passing on the message. It's not everybody's message at the end of the day. But I feel something could be happening this month. And it could be, towards either that eclipse at the very last 29 degrees of Virgo, the second chance, second chances new moon, because we just had, the last new moon was at the start of Virgo, and I kept saying the next one's going to be the second chance. So, it's a second chance for this union, all these unions. And although, wait a minute, is that even in? Just I'm getting excited. I think it must be. Yes. Oh yeah. That's why. That's why I don't think I even spat out there. I was because before I said I meant to say the eclipse, and I was going to say the 21st, and that the new moon is actually on the 21st. So yeah, there could be something very significant about the 21st of September. And the thing is, that is all about the balance of the light and the dark, the yin and the yang, twin flamey. Every time it's a change of a season. And side note, I can't stand that week. I actually told one of you guys that's wanting a session around there, one of our soul brothers. I was like, yeah. And so I'll just tell all of you, if you're wanting to book a session with me, I'm not just saying this. I would make sure that you're booking it before, really before then, but definitely by the end of September, because I won't be wanting to work with people. Maybe any of October, to be honest with you. Maybe that first week in October, but yeah, definitely the last 3 weeks of October. That's when I'll be having time off. You'll still be seeing videos, but I'll have filmed them all in advance. I won't be doing live streams and stuff. So I'm just saying, if people were feeling like they needed a session kind of soon, I'm not going to be available after that time, because that's when my energy is more lower and stuff, and I need to, basically I need to take a holiday. I don't know that I would actually go anywhere, but I need to take time off. So anyway, yeah, you can do it. So that's for the divine feminine and the masculine's feminine side. So I'm glad I found these cards, because I really wanted to use these ones. Right. So, oh, wait a minute. I wonder if I've found these because this is the. Remember when I said earlier, I want a deck with false twin flame. Oh fuck! See if that comes out. That's just my guides, like, but that's nuts. I think that might be why. Let me just check it's actually in there because I think if yeah, it is in there. Right. Okay. I just wanted to check. There's right. Okay. So um, what karmic lessons are needing to be released? Like from the masculine. Did it work through it or you still work like it? I think all this has been worked through, but healing separation, go within. That's what this karmic lesson is for the masculine. In the Saturn retrograde in Pisces, with this full moon North Node eclipse, because a North Node eclipse is basically it's destined and fated changes. Because a full moon is endings, Pisces is the sign of endings, but the North Node is your destiny. So there is that kind of magical mix in this with there could be, there's a lot of, there could be some sad, difficult endings going on for this group of masculines, but like the fated and destined change that's making them happy is you, if you're the divine feminine, or this person can't stand. That's what I'm. It's like that's why I'm getting all like my words are going all funny, and that this person can't stand being away from you anymore. Like, so it doesn't even matter if this has been years or however long. It's like this person can't stand it anymore. Like, it's basically you're not going to be in separation much longer. Like, I do feel this is soon. Uh, Bailey could be a significant. That was on an advert, so that could be a name, a surname, pet name because it's a pet advert, but it stuck out to me there. This that could even be an address. Actually, I could figure. I done that once when I shouted out, and then I realised it was actually someone. It was like from my past, but it was like a part of a street name. Feminine twin activating higher self. Yeah, look, that's remember when I said that. This because it's not me, they're saying it for me. This masculine's feelings are online. Feminine twin activating higher self. Like this is a masculine's feelings. Their feminine energy is online and their higher self is online. And when the higher self is like fully activated like that, it's like, what am I doing? This is not the life I want to live. I don't want to be a player no more. I want to get with my feminine. I just flooded in, and that's what I said at the start. Yeah, look, activating. Look, said what I said. Shuffled, and it came out again. Soul merger. Yeah, look, it's your the energies are so intertwined at this time for all the people it's going to make sense to. That's why it's coming through so strongly. That like actually, I'm not going to go with what comes through most of the time when I'm doing this, or when other people say it, like, "Oh, you don't see this coming." You do. I think you do. I think you do see this coming. So I think you're in a group of feminines where it's like, no, you do see that. You see it coming, you feel it coming, you smell it coming, you know it's coming. You do see it coming. Soul merger. That's funny to me. That's coming through. Yeah, ground, shield, and protect. But you need to get grounded for it to feel real. Right. Okay. So, shadow work. I made up these questions. They're all kind of samey. Oh, there's some in there that aren't out. Like, so there were specific decks I wanted to use, and if I go through all the questions, I won't have used something. Let's let's actually use these ones because these are very Capricorny because they're so yeah. So just reminding people, I'm gonna do Lexi and Charlotte's cards when I get to the end of this. And then anybody else that donates, the link is at the top there. I can do yours as well. And we can just feel into it whether. What do you think, guys? Are some of you going to be around a wee while yet? Do you think you've got a couple hours in you? Should I do Aquarius after this too? I'm kind of feeling like I maybe should, because if I'm not going to do the membership tonight and we're going to leave that till tomorrow, then I think maybe I should just do Aquarius because we are in Aquarius moon. It's Aquarius moon tomorrow too, but it means I get a bit of a bigger rest Friday, Saturday, Sunday to recharge to do it on Monday. Do you know what I mean? It also means I don't need to wear I can't speak. It also means I don't need to wear makeup again until Monday. So I kind of like that. I'll be into bed soon, but the rest of you sounds good. Okay, but do you think, Charlotte, do you think you might be around to, don't feel pressure. I mean, you can't definitely catch up on replay because you'll love that. If you like the wee shorts, you'll definitely love Lexi, won't you love it? You liked it, didn't you? Well, I done the tapping in the, actually, I done tapping in public for Mediumship Monday too, but we done it in the membership on the Thursday. And I was gonna do that tonight, but we'll leave it till tomorrow. Right. Oh, and also, I don't know if you saw that, but we were going to talk about I've posted the personality test thing in there. So I know all of you, or at least some of you will have done that before, but I thought it'd be quite cool to talk about that. So that's the fun you're missing out on in the membership, guys, if you're not in there. Right. So now that's it. I've mentioned things about gambling, right? That's only going to be for whoever that's for, but there is a card about gambling in this. Right, so shadow work, and it's kind of interesting that I've picked this up at this bit. The tapping short I saw earlier was fab. Oh, thank you. I haven't tapped in ages, and I've been needing to shift energy. Yeah, I love it. So I'm glad that they've got me doing that for people because I do that in personal sessions when it comes up, but it's different. It's different. It's different doing that in public because you can see like it's like there's some of it that I just the whole sliding scale thing. I just don't think, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it makes a lot of difference. I don't know. It depends. Some of you do like that, so it does depend. Like I can often not answer where I'm at. All I know is I feel better. So, but anyway, um, good. Well, share in the membership. Um, we'll talk about that tomorrow. I was interested to see whether mine changed, but I think it did. I think I consistently come out as the same thing. So, right. What have we got as a shadow work for the divine feminine or the masculine's feminine side? Endings. This cycle is over. It's time for you to make a change, rebirth. It's time to say goodbye. Yeah, it's time to say goodbye to the astral sex. It's time to say goodbye to the twin flame telepathy. It's time to say goodbye to one day I'll see my true love again. The feminine's like, no, this needs to happen now. Like, are you ready? Are you not? Are you with me? Are you not? I'm ascending. In fact, I've already ascended. It's like Sandy and Danny at the end of Greece. It's no Sandy flying off in a car herself being like, hi, Danny. Hi, you just going to cut around there with the cha-chas. Hi, right. See you later. I'm jumping in the driver's seat. I'll meet some other belly in the sky. Oh, no, that's right. I won't because they're not going to have my soul. I'll just fucking fly about myself. Sorry. That was quite funny though, wasn't it? Yes, they're in the car together. And actually, it's Danny in the driver's seat, being the masculine. That was quite possibly the weirdest channeling I've ever done, but I'm here for it. But yeah, I'm saying that because that scene at the end of Greece does remind me of the divine feminine, divine masculine ascending. And every time I see that scene in Greece when the cha-cha person comes and dances with Danny and Sandy runs off crying, I'm like, that is the karmic interference on the twin flame journey to a T. You know what I mean? He just fucking keeps dancing, doing his thing, and leaves her to go off greeting her cell. I'll just fucking that. I'm wanting the trophy. I'll just dance with this bird that's kind of fucking muscled in, yeah. And then he's, oh shit, where's my bird? Oh dear, that's called getting too carried away with one's pride and ego. They wanted to win so bad, didn't matter who they were with. Oh, right, okay, so masculine. Oh my God. Oh my God. So this is what I mean. Like everybody that's here all the time gets how channeling works full stop. And you'll know how I channel by now. But if you're new, you could be like, what the fuck is going on? Look at the way I just channeled that with so much attitude. Social status. Forget the rest of the words though. Do you know what I mean? That's what I just channeled. Someone was more bothered about looking good. That like looking good and impressing the right people, that overrided what really mattered. So that is a great example of what I just gave. Because he doesn't even fucking bother. It's not like anything happens. He just fucking dances with that one. She is a ho ho ho. You know what I mean? And it was just about getting a trophy. And then it's like, you know what I mean? And then he has to make up there. You know, it's like stranded at the drive-in, rented a fool. I'm mixing up all of it. What will they say Monday at school? Even that though is relevant. The line in the song. I know that's a different bit, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. He's kind of that. I think this is the energy. I don't think I feel this is the energy that these masculines are in. Like you know, Sandy, can't you see I'm in misery? We made a start, now we're apart. There's nothing left for me. I can't sing the rest. But once in a lifetime has just come on as well. When I said that, like, this is a once in a lifetime connection, and this person feels like they blew it on something that wasn't even worth it. Hopelessly devoted to you. Yeah, it's just like I just feel two people pining after each other. Social status. You will reach the heights of fame and see, this is where I have to keep my ego in check, but that's exactly what I said at the start because it's not me, it's the guide saying it through me. That is what I said at the start. In the Capricorn ones, I pick up on these ones. You will reach the heights of fame in society. Don't get arrogant. So that's for the masculines, remember. So there's something, so that's a very, very strong message. So this might even be for the future to remember this, to note it. And again, I feel I'm talking to the men, right? So this can be female divine masculines too, but don't get arrogant if you do find yourself in a public place, you know, like helping others as an Atlantean leader. You know, a lead. It feels like someone in the new earth, and I know that can sound like you know really far out to some people, but what that means to me is it's changing times. You know, the new earth frequency is not the fear and the you know the fear energy of the old crumbling dying world, and it's this new people arising. You know, awakened. Basically, it's that old fate. You know, I don't know if it's a fable, but the old saying. I'll nearly put that in the title. I think I will put that in the title. Sleeping kings awaken. You know, it's like it's an old tale of the men that you know. It's like the consciousness awakening men that they know what they're doing. That like they sleep through the winter and they wake up to do the big jobs. You know what I mean? I'm saying it in a bit of a modern way, but I'll post, I've said this before, but it's now is it I think that's more Avalon kind of energy than it. Anyway, they're all connected, but it's yeah, I think it's Avalon. But it's basically yeah, this is what this is. Like someone, this is a spiritual awakening. Someone's been spiritually asleep and they're awakening and they know who they are and they know where they want to be. And it's just when you get to that point, whoever this is for, of helping a lot of people, don't get too arrogant. Like be a humble and a grounded and a good leader. So, but that's really amazing. Social status, you will reach the fights, the heights of fame. Because remember, fame in the new earth is not like fame in the old way that we've known it. It's you're known for it. You're known well because you're going to be able to help a lot of people. It's like giving Mary Magdalene Jesus vibes. You know, like you're connected with your divine partner for a divine reason to help a lot of people. So again, that's going to speak to a few people, but now I kind of want that and that. Nah, I won't put in a thing. But again, that's nuts that came out. Right. So, we need any more from this deck? Don't go letting someone named Cha Cha ruin your connections, ladies. Exactly. Exactly. Except I do love that scene. Born to hand job, baby. I just love I just love it. Honestly, I've ever told you that I went to well, I have told people, but I'm going to tell it again. I went to so something could be significant about New York because when I was in New York, me and my sister went to an interactive disco. We didn't know what the fuck that meant, but we soon found out, right? And it was bad because I was really ill. Like I nearly died. I'm not even kidding. I nearly died in New York. Like that's how much the energy affects me. I thought it was just the being on the plane and being really sensitive. But and remember back then I was surrounding myself with white light and everything like that. But that was probably about all I was doing back then. But like um yeah, I got really, really ill. And it was I think my sister was worried I was going to pop my clogs. It was a wee bit skinny. And then the next time I went, oh no, that was the next time I went. The first time I went with all my family when I was 21 and I was really ill and I couldn't go and see Central Park. And I also missed the night where they went to a club. I was fucking raging. And because we were only there for 6 days and we didn't get to go again. And you know what I mean? Because I was 21, I was like really excited and that. And anyway, so I was shit. And then the second time I went, just me and my sister, I was really, really ill. That was the time I nearly died. But that's a bit dramatic. But she honestly did say when I was like, she was worried. It was like I had the flu. I had no energy. It was so fucking weird. There's loads of funny. I'm not telling the funny stories. I tell them in private, but there's really, really funny stories. Um, for time lucky, but no, yeah. Why did I start saying that? Oh my God, I've lost it. New York. What would that have to do with? Oh yeah, it was because we went to. So I think this was maybe when I'd just gotten better, slightly better, but I still felt quite ill. Or was it? Maybe it was before I got bad. But whenever it was, I was not feeling too great. I think that was right before I was about to get bad. And anyway, what it is I don't know if they still do this, but it's off Broadway. So it's like basically it's like you're in a film. Like, and it's like there was people coming, like I was in the toilet having a pee, and like there was people talking at the mirror, like, oh my God, Cindy, have you seen that Johnny's here and he's with Susie? And oh my God, I don't know what to do. And like, you know, have you got a lipstick? And it was like, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is when I was trying to work, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And it's really scary. It's like you're in a film that you didn't know that you were being cast in, and it's like, but they don't talk to you. That's what's so weird. They don't acknowledge you. Like they're just like acting around you, but they could be right beside you, kind of thing. It's like you're being ghosted by the actor. But and then so when I came out the toilet, I sat down beside my sister on this like I suppose it's like maybe like a fucking bench at like in a PE hall or something. And then like this couple of like came and sat down beside us, and I can't remember if it was like a boy and a girl, and they're having a pretend argument, or it was like two girls. But it was just honestly, it was the weirdest experience I've ever had in my life. Really funny to tell the story, but when you were actually in it, I was like, I could do without this. This is a bit much. Like, do you know what I mean? I thought I was going to be fucking sitting on the seat and watching them on the stage, and it's like we were, and we weren't. Obviously, you could go and dance in the disco thing, but it was like you were in fucking Footloose or something. Do you know what I mean? So again, it'd be brilliant if you're with a bunch of friends and you knew that you were going to that. But when I wasn't really that feeling too well, I think my sister was like feeling that great. It was just weird. I was like, do you want to just leave and get a slice of pizza? Do you know what I mean? We're only in New York once. I'd rather go and get a bit of fucking pizza. So that's exactly what we done. We left the fucking weird thing and we then got pizza. Not an early night. But, so, but yeah, that just however that popped in my head, I'm telling the story. But not the first time I've had this message. What bit? Ah, yes, the American Girl bathroom. Oh, yes, you remember me telling that. I promise the bar bathrooms are like that everywhere else in the States. It's so weird. But it's quite cool as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I could see there were groups of girls that knew what that was, and they were all dressed up like they were. Because that's the thing, it was an interactive 80s prom. So it really was like being in one of these 80s films. It was fun. All the songs in that were on. Would have been fun if you knew what you were going to, but I think because we didn't know what we were going to, and then it's like once you get over how funny it is, it was just fucking weird. It was like being in a really bad dream. I don't know. It's more funny to tell it though, so that's why I like to tell it when it pops up. Right, okay, I'm going to shuffle these a wee bit more. Right, so staying humble message. Right, okay, yeah, always, yeah. I say that all the time, but it's Always wise to say humble. You don't know when something's going to come around and slap you in the face. I've had far too many experiences of that. Life slapping me in the face. You should always be humble. Something will humble you if you don't be humble. Exhausted, feeling financially drained, lacking viable options, recharge and regroup. So again, I feel like this is very much the shadow work. What's been done, what's been going on behind the scenes is I feel a lot of masculines have had to build up their energy after it could have been. Yeah, again, with all the things about thief, material girl, I think there are some people that have been fleeced here. I feel very much like, yeah, that's what I feel. It's like I'm feeling like younger women fleecing older guys kind of energy for some, and someone's had to get back on their feet. Um, investments made will have positive results that will bring prosperity. Invest wisely. So you can understand now. This is only going to be for a few. That's why this masculine's had to watch watch the divine feminine very closely to make sure that the next time they invest in someone, they're investing wisely. And that's like this group of masculines are like, this is a wise investment. I'm sure of this. And wrong. This is the last time it was a wrong decision. The cha-cha was a wrong decision. Reckless behaviour can lead to bad consequences. Think before you act. I also feel that's pulling in stuff about gambling that I picked up on too. So it's either literal gambling problems or it's taking a risk on the wrong person. But I feel like, this group of masculines are like, the last time I made the wrong decision, I was tricked in I don't know, this masculine might actually know astrology, but I'm hearing like I was tricked in the Saturn retrograde in Pisces. I had the tough lessons. I'm not falling for the same stuff now. Now I'm going to experience the positive energy of that transit because I'm the main male. They pulled my eyes to that. I'm the main male and I want the real female. Again, it is. It's the collapsing of the false twin flames and the rising of the real ones. And then courtship was in the verse behind that. Right, okay, so what would help with inner union right now? What cards will we? Let's use these again. Could have using all the same. That's fine. Using all the same cards. What would help with inner union for the feminine? Blossoming, one with self. Keep blossoming. There's with every time I'm asked it, we've had celebrate, we've had whatever else it was, I can't remember now, and now we've got blossoming. You are at one with yourself, blossoming. You could have had some really significant timeline shifts since the 8-8 portal as well, because there's 8-8 on there. So just, not too long ago, last month sometime. But yeah, just keep blossoming. Because whatever it is you're doing, you're pulling in your divine masculine. Right, the masculine for inner union. My card about, do I stay in the matrix? I gotta go, but I will be back. I will try be back. Right, okay. Well, I will do Charlotte's cards then at the end of this. Do you want me to do your cards to catch on replay? Or do you want me to wait until you're back? Because I think I will just do Aquarius after this. So what do we think? Guys in the chat, let me know. Because the thing is, because there's a few, I know there's not loads of people, but because there's a few people, I'm never really too keen on doing the lives on a Friday night, if I'm honest. Like, I just think it eats too much into my weekend, you know what I mean? That's why. So because there's a few people, I think I would rather just, you know what I mean? Because I'll only be with the membership about an hour or 90 minutes or something tomorrow, and I'll check in with you free to see when, the power of love is on. So that's the power of love. Right. So yeah. Anyway, do I stay in the matrix or do I choose a new earth? Basically, that's what that card always means to me. It says, "Oh yeah, this has got 8." Yeah, I think there's been some significant like light code activations that have come in on the Lionsgate portal for both this group of divine feminine and divine masculine. And whatever it is, the masculine's like, I'm choosing the easy path. It's like weird. It's like I can feel this masculine being like, I'm choosing what's easy, and what's easy is choosing the person I love. But that's the mindset shift that we got with the cards earlier. This person, up until recent, has saw the feminine as the hard path, the difficult path, the impossible path. But now it's like, now that's their world in darkness. That's the matrix. Like this masculine's like, I can't believe I've held off going to this land of Tirnanog. You know what I mean? It's like, except it's not going to end like Titanic, but you know what I mean? That's the promised land. You know what I mean? Heaven on earth. This magical place, this higher dimension, this frequency of happiness. Like it's like this person's held off. I do feel that despair card coming up as well. It's like this person's been punishing themselves, but they're choosing the higher timeline, getting all the downloads, because that's my card for that. 1010 again, 1010 significant. Divine creativity, receiving cosmic intelligence. This person's getting a lot of cosmic intelligence downloads at this time, and their dreams especially telling them, because it's the North Node eclipse, it's time to go. It's time to go where you want to go. Don't let other people hold you back. What was I going to look for there? A minute. Right, so the 1010 portal is literally just a few days after the full moon in Aries. The full moon in Aries is on the 7th of October. So that's, you know, taking action, masculine energy, fire, passion, fuck it, let's go energy. And then that's the 1010 is the Friday. So if that's really specific, but right, okay. Somebody got an English accent. I don't know why. Sometimes I put on that voice, but it just sort of came out. Right. I need another deck. Will we go with this one? What else would help with being in balance and inner union? And of course, Libra season that we go into in a few weeks is that all about that balance. Right. Timing. Allow events to unfold at the correct time. So yes, again, annoying message, but for the divine feminines, trust the timing. Allow the events to unfold at the correct time. It just keeps it, all the messages to me. They just feel like they're really in line with everything's happening when it should. And like I said, some of you it will be unexpected out the blue. A lot of you feel it. You might not know what's coming, but you do feel that something's coming. This isn't one of these like, oh, you're gonna be totally shocked. This person turns up. Like you're not. You know. If you don't, if this is, I don't think this is yours. I feel you know this. True love is selfless sacrifice. To me, this always, you know, although I'm asking about the inner union right now, it's like I really do feel it's like you feel this person sacrificed this union in the past, like it, but it feels like Faith just came on George Michael. It feels like it feels mainly like this person done that because they didn't feel good enough. That's what I'm feeling. But they do now. I think that's come through in this. You know what I mean? It's like this person. It's like that old one. That card didn't come out, but like I sabotaged the connection because it was too intense. Like this person wanted it, but they weren't sure how they could have it, so they just fucked it up. They weren't ready, and that is what people do. But now this person's decided at some point, actually, why am I doing this? I do want that person, and I'm going to do the work, which takes courage. Heal. I'm going to do the courage. I'm going to do the work to heal. I don't want to do this anymore. See, when I looked up, it was on his jacket. It said revenge. So I think they're trying to tell me it's like, you know, I think this masculine's worried that like about, you know, like, you know, revenge is a bit strong. Like I think this masculine's like, because they're used to people stabbing them in the back. It's like it's a mixture of them worrying that you're not going to believe them, that they're telling the truth, but also it's like worrying that it's like, you know, are you going to try and get me back or something? But it's like I feel most people know that that's not the case, but it's natural that if that's what all you've been used to, There's some kind of fear, because it was weird that I looked up at that. Your love is timeless, infinity. I think it's more that I'm feeling like this group of people being like, I hope they know I'm for real. I'm not like playing a trick or something. Journey, be adventurous. Yeah, this person wants to venture into the new earth, into the next part of their journey. And their happiness, already said that. Unlock the doors to happiness. That's being pulled, all the cosmic downloads, pulling them to their higher timeline, their happiness. The divine feminine unlocks the doors to happiness. The divine feminine holds the key of life around their neck. For a lot of divine feminines, hold the key, like quite literally like what's around my neck right now. But the divine feminine holds the key that unlocks the door to happiness for the masculine. I gave that message once before. That was about a year and a half ago or something. Like I actually channeled it. That's so weird. It was the exact way that I just said it. Right. Sound like me, to be honest? Well, there you go. Thank you for being honest. I can't even remember what I'm saying. Right. So, better hurry up if we're going to do. Right. Soul retrieval. So, what is something that this is? I'm going to do 3 cards or 3 messages. What is something that somebody that needs a session with me would benefit from? Male or female, divine feminine, divine masculine. Michael and Faith. And that was quite funny that George Michael just ended. Oh, and it was the song Faith. That's weird. That's weird. Michael and Faith. George Michael Faith. What the fuck? And also, it's going to take me a lot to keep me away from you. It's just come on, Africa. So, which is, true story, all the many, many years ago. So we're talking like pretty much 10, definitely 10 years ago next year, because I seem to remember 2016 being everywhere, hearing that. It was that song was haunting me everywhere. But yeah, it's that line. It's going to take a lot to keep me away from you. So but that actually feels like it's already come through. It is going to take a lot to keep this person away from you. Like it feels like this divine masculine's ready to go, go, go. And then maybe that's why they just, for some that it's not as soon as September, I'm picking up on that full moon in Aries being which makes sense to me because Aries is masculine energy. And that, if I'm not mistaken, that I think that one's the hunter. Yeah, I think that is the hunter moon. Because the one in November is the wolf moon. Or no, wait a minute, I'm getting confused. I think the wolf moon might be. Anyway, we're not going to get into all that. But it's like, I think definitely that one's the hunter moon. But it's like, by the time it gets to that, it's like, it's going to take me a lot to keep me away from it. This person's coming after you. Spiritual, because it's your spiritual calling, divine protection, breakthrough moment. Like that is what, when the time, remember, past, present, future, but when this person gets to this point, it's a breakthrough that they're having. And it's their spiritual calling. And remember, I said, whenever I do Capricorn, the 10th house, that's what the 10th house is to me, is your calling. And it's very much Juno and Vesta and Scorpio. Like this person feels you're part of their calling. It's a strong, and it's why you both have the 10 of Pentacles. And it feels like it's, very much, you're on the same page, but it's weird. It's like, I feel a lot of divine feminines feel something's about to happen. But I think the bit that might be a surprise is how much of the same page you're actually on. Like it's stronger than what you even think, if that makes sense. Right, so the second soul retrieval. I fucking love doing this. Look, Mary Magdalene. And that's what I'd said about this week, which by the way, it was Mary Magdalene and Jesus, although they're my guides that help me all the time, right? Like, they were very, very close around this week, helping people clear the darkness from their mind, the fear. It's like that's what we're doing in the membership. So that includes anyone that decides to join the membership later, because you can always watch these videos after. But I feel that's why Mary Magdalene's appearing. Sacred vessel, you are the answer. Be guided to your purpose. The last one was about your calling. This one's about your purpose. That's what I'm saying. Like, so many twin flames, whether they're aware of it or not, are really in alignment with the energy of Juno and Scorpio, Vesta and Scorpio. Been doing a lot of the deep shadow work with Black Moon Lilith and Scorpio. And by the way, this full moon is actually big time hitting my Black Moon Lilith. So I really will be emerging like, yeah, I'll be emerging a bit of a different person too, because it's like, you know, that's definitely going to activate something big time. So if you think I'm giving it zero fucks now, it's really empowered. I think I'll be even more so, because I always return like that in a bit of a, after the rest in the Pisces moon, like that in an Aries moon, but I can just feel it. You know, yeah. So again, it's like I feel, but because this is a soul retrieval message as well, like I feel that's what some of you are needing, like that unconditional love energy channeled in from that Mary Magdalene energy. So whether it's forgiveness or you know, deliverance is something that you feel, you know, feels like I'm tuning in on somebody that feels like they can't forgive themselves. It feels like after talking it through and calling in these energies, you be able to finally let go of something. But I don't know who that's for, but that's coming through. And then I looked up at the telly and it says, all night long, all night long. I'm used to being stabbed in the back. Yes, I hear you, Beck. So am I. But it's just I don't expect it now. I get out before it happens, but not in a kind of, I don't mean like, I just mean I'm always wary, you know what I mean? But I don't but I think you have to be with what I do out here like this. But it's Scorpio. It's when you've got heavy Scorpio, isn't it? It's the blue beings, right? So again, I feel this is specifically some of you that I feel this is for some of you that you're getting downloads and you don't quite know what it means, because you know you'll hear me again. I repeat the same stuff all the time. That's what hypnotherapists and blah 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 do, right? But I can't help it. I'm just like that anyway. But you know, I work with Arcturians, Andromedans, you know, you name it, the Palladians. They just come in. I've always just called them they. The whole time I've done live streams where I started on Facebook, I'd just be like, they're telling me this, they're telling me that. And people are like, who's they? And I'm like, well, it depends. It's different energies. It's just on demons. But the point is, I feel like somebody that needs a session and will actually be able to connect in to connect the dots with some of your dreams. And like we could also do, like I'm feeling this might be somebody that needs one of my starseed past life regressions, because that can really help ground you into your body. You know, like if you're feeling like you're not from here and you're feeling a bit displaced, like a lot of the time when we do something like that, it can change your whole life, because you are living here. You did choose to come and live a physical life. You don't want to be too floating off in the clouds. I know it might seem like I am, like, but you know what I mean? It's when you're grounded in your body, you can enjoy more of this experience. Light transmission, wounds are healed, important information charging up. I feel like that might be someone that's a little bit like myself, like, you know, that your Chiron's being hit in some type of way, or so it doesn't need to be that you've got Chiron and Gemini like me. But I mean, it could be that. I feel wherever your Chiron is, I feel there's some sort of important transit. And that would help with that, right? So that's just that bit that I do about soul retrieval. Right, so what do we need to know about the future of these connections? But I'm gobsmacked at that. That's so cool that that card came out about fame and everything, because I do always pick up on ones like that in this. Right, so do we need to even shuffle any further, guys? There's going to be a reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. What have I been saying the whole way through this? You know that though. If this is yours, and again, I have to stress the whole way through this, don't make this yours if it's unrealistic that it is yours. Except at the same time, I'm going to contradict myself. Who knows with the magical, mystical energy that we're in, and especially the full moon eclipse in Pisces, where anything is possible. I think this, I don't think, I notice I keep saying I think, and then I change it to I feel. Because Pisces is I feel. Pisces doesn't make sense. Virgo, the opposite sign, makes sense. But Pisces is so mystical and magical. This can be somebody that's fucked off for 5, 10 years, turning up saying, I love you. You're the one I want. You're the one. You know what I mean? It's reminding me of he's just not that into you. You're the exception, the rule. Coming back with a pen. You know what I mean? Because there was something that I channeled, and when I was watching back one of the bits from one of the last one, I was like, whatever it was I said, it reminded me of the speech at the end of that. Grew out of the heartbreak and you never gave up hope. Did you know what I mean? It was like, yeah, there's something I said in one of those. But anyway, that's kind of the feeling it's given. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other, heart to heart conversations. Yeah. So I think we've already got many thumbnails. But yeah, there's a heart to heart conversation and there's someone returning. And I've said that the whole way through this. The divine feminines feel it. You're the one that I want, exactly. Nice singing there, right on cue with the message, Charlotte. Spiritual, yeah. Your spiritual journey is beginning. I feel for this group of masculines it is. Atlantean kings awaken, your spiritual journey beginning. And that's how you know, because you're highly telepathic. This group of souls that I'm talking to, you're old souls, you've understood every word of this. And the telepathy is strong with this group of people. Close soul connections are harmoniously synchronized, creating moments of telepathy. That's what I was feeling. The Ten of Pentacles, like you've both been creating this vision. That's one of my packages, by the way, create your vision. 4 sessions where we can create your vision. Side note, everyone that's done that with me has had their vision and then it manifests into the physical. So depends what your vision is, but that is what happens when we do that, because that's why I called it that. But yeah, you're both emitting the signals of what you want. This person's coming in to flirt, extend your light-hearted energy to others. And they're aware that you might be a bit standoffish, because we've got give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. She's like, well, you know, what is it you're saying to me? She's turning her cheek. You know what I mean? She's turning her cheek, and I always think it's like, you know, he looks like he's leaning towards her a bit. So it's picking up on something that, like, this person's aware they've really hurt you in the past. And yeah, that's come through this. This person's aware that they need to get to know you all over again, almost like it's a new love. So even if you've known this person a long time or however they knew you before, you're just brand new people. That comes through all the time. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. It's a new love. It might be an old person from the past. You might also be older. I said an old person. You might be older, but it's like, you know, it's an old connection. But it's there's a gambling advert again. That's definitely coming through for some people. 11 is time. 11:11 is time. How cool would that have been? We're not far from 11:11. It's about 20 minutes away or something. 11:11 is an important number for twin flames. It symbolizes a harmony and balance of soul counterparts. It's time. It's time. Your soul is preparing to reconnect. Trust in the process. I really don't know what to use for the thumbnail. This is annoying me. But it's, yeah, it's almost too good to be true energy. Whoever this is for, but that's why I keep saying that. Like, you know it, because this is one of my favorite cards where they're both looking at the ground, kind of, but all they need to do is lift up their heads and look at each other. And it also kind of reminds me of that James Arthur song, you know, Naked. And they are actually standing naked. Well, I don't know if they're fully naked, but you know what I mean? Like vulnerable, honest conversations. Which the thing I always say about that song as well, it's actually him. You know, is he's saying to the woman. So it feels like that's what it is. The masculines coming in, wanting that honest conversation. And that, you know, that, so just be aware that some of the divine feminines might be like, oh my God, this is too scary. I gotta run away, gotta avoid it. But I don't feel that is the case if ever this is for. Right, okay. New Earth message, and then we'll do Charlotte's message, and then I'll decide. I think I will. Will I? Will I? Will I? Will I do it tonight? Yeah. What do we think? How many people are actually out there? I never know, because remember it said 5 people are watching the whole time I was on the other night. And it's at like over 100 people are sitting, or I don't know, it was something like that, or was it 200? It was 100 something. Part of a set. Remember the weird bit with grace and ascension? Not so weird now. Heart of ascension. Expansion, love for all, playfulness, release the past. That's interesting because we just got the flirt card too. So again, I feel it's very much depending on it's. I know it says that for me too, that there's free watching, but it said this other day, Charlotte, and then it went when I got off. It said that 204 people have been watching. So it's kind of fun. I never know. Sometimes it's true to what it says, and sometimes it's like nowhere near it. It's really just if there's. I think it's because there's some people on the chat. You know what I mean? Because I think I was going to do it earlier tomorrow, and there's going to be no one. So if there's people here, I'll just stay and do it. Yeah, release the past. It's like I feel for some of you, right? There's some heavy things that have happened, and it wouldn't be appropriate for somebody to come in all flirty and bantery, like nothing's happened, right? I think it would just trigger the fuck out you, and that's not the way to go. And the people that actually live in to know that, right? So, but that kind of makes it more serious and weighty and cautious, is what I would say, right? So, actually, for whoever I'm channeling that for, what do they want to say or what do they need to know, right? But for the people where it's not there's not such heavy things that have happened. I'm sure some but it's not quite as serious because believe me, with some people that I've worked with, it is that serious that wouldn't be wise. You know, you need to clear the air, you need to have a serious conversation and then flirting and bantering and joking. You can't do it the other way around. But where it's not like that, I feel, you know, someone will come in flirting, playful, and you know, and just after you have a conversation to clear the air, wanting to release the past, and you're ascending, like I said, you're Danny and Sandy flying off in the car, leaving the shite behind. that's everyone, but anyway, let's see for the people where it's a wee bit more complicated, or however it was last left was on a sour note, or speak myself out something again because it's no me, they're passing it through, but look, I'm afraid I lost you forever. So that's very fitting with what I was saying. There's some really serious things that have happened, and this person is afraid they've lost you forever. They're afraid it feels like they were afraid they lost you forever however this parted, however it's happened, whether somebody's went off with someone else or something else, a combination of all this stuff has happened. But I feel it's made even more serious because of the amount of time that's went past, that this person's like, I think I've lost them forever because like I've taken so long. And I just, you know what I mean? They will never compare to you. And then, so yeah, that has definitely got something to do with interference at some point. Like, I've taken so long, I've veered off course, I've got involved with other people because I couldn't handle the intensity of this connection. But now I can't go another day without you. So that's what I mean. I think that is more the situations where someone's coming in quite emotional, I would say. It had to look what they made me do. I just put my card in and I just put my hand in and pulled it. It had to play out. The karma had to play out. And notice it's a runner. This person ran and they ran into other things. It's where their level of growth was at. Dirty offer. They got their karma. Unfortunately, whatever they got into, it was not good. It was a dirty offer. That can mean whatever. You know, it wasn't good. And now they're in their feelings. That's come through with everyone I've channeled. This person's in their feelings about you, uninterested. Look, uninterested in whatever offers are coming their way. They've just got love on the brain, dreaming, fantasizing, daydreaming, nostalgic, hustling, making it rain, focused on money, side hustle. Yeah, really focused on getting their money together. That feels like it's the 10 of Pentacles. Ain't shit, harsh, but that's how they feel about people from the past that they're ignoring. I don't know if you see the cards, the words when I hold them up like that. Yeah, groupie. Look, putting the groupies behind them was in reverse. That's the people that are at this person. and they're ignoring them. That fits with the rest of the message. Yeah, bad credit. Like this person's something happened with the finances at some point to the divine masculine. All the bits and pieces will make sense to whoever. Right. Lemurian egg, rest, reintegration, divine portals. So the guidance for that group of masculines is, you know, rest and re-energize, get your energy back. It feels like this full moon at the weekend is going to do a number on you. Some of you are going to be divinely guided to your divine feminine. You will know if that's you. It feels like you've already got plans to do it, or you will just get boom, the downloads, the light codes that come into you, the dreams. Something will move you. That is the mystical, magical Pisces energy. That's the good thing of the Pisces full moon alone. But a Pisces full moon eclipse is life changing. You'll just know if that's for you. You'll feel it. Key to your freedom. And look, that's nuts. Because look at what, when I said that bit about the feminine holds the key to unlock your happiness, key to your freedom. Healed inner child, create inner safety, self kindness. I felt that. I felt with, you know, some of this more, it's like, that's what it feels like. It feels like a group of masculines have been doing a lot of inner child healing. But it feels like, you know, when this person's been in the wounded inner child, the way that they have lashed out at you, if you're the divine feminine, that's why it feels like it's not appropriate to come in playful at first. But you will be able to get that back. So right, okay. So now I'm going to tune into people where it's maybe not as heavy. But I felt it was important to go that way. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god. Guys, I think I've got a career in this shit. Right, so wow. This is what I mean by fame in the new earth is not the same as fame as we know it, right? Chills. With what I said about Mary Magdalene and Jesus, because I'm just the messenger. That is the only Mary Magdalene and Jesus card where they're together in this. The only other one that I've ever seen is the Divine Masculine card has Jesus on it, and that's it. OMG. But not only that, we've then got the other card that is like Avatar. Also, I would say there's only 3 cards in this deck that are about like true love. It's that Mary Magdalene Jesus one. It's this one that was lost for like about a year or something. It was through there and I found it not long ago. And it's since then it's come out a lot. And then the other one's got dolphins playing. But look, ether and matter, spiritualized matter, new life sparkles, bedding in the light. That's what I'm meaning about the light codes. Arcturians, pure white. This is what I said. Pure light, pure white light, DNA healing, sacred geometry. That's the activations. Because again, if you're new around here, that is what I do. I activate the dormant DNA, wake up, you know, the energy, the light codes in people. Yeah, Arcturians are bringing something together, and it's these very public unions, very important public unions. Look at that. Now I want that for the volume. But that's what I'm feeling. It's like, you know, it's people with important purpose. And you would be like myself, and you feel very connected to these energies. And you've got very galactic guides. And you're here to help people through these very weird times that are very real. So yeah, I like that as a thumbnail. Whoa, that is nuts. Right to love and be loved. Heart healing. Magical. Right, okay. That's that. So that is the Capricorn energy over. Love it. Always, I just love it. There's always a bit of a theme that I do always pick up on these unions. Right, okay, so let's get the sage again. So, are you still awake, Charlotte? Everyone else still awake? Just, I'm still trying to feel into whether I do. I'll know. I'll decide after whether. Because what I could still do is I could do the Aquarius one as plat. Like I could do that at 8 and then do the membership at 10 tomorrow. But I don't know. I was thinking I was maybe going to fill in and do the membership at like 8 or something. Nah, I want to do it tonight. I can't be arsed doing it tomorrow. That's what I'm feeling. Right, okay. So, anywhere where I can have my Friday night, I think I prefer that. Just remembered the guy as a Cappy. Oh, there you go. Your guy, Andy's in the public eye, isn't he? So, right. Okay. I don't know if he's in the public. Yeah, no, he is. Yeah, I remember you saying that, something like that. Right, okay. So, Charlotte's message. Thank you for your patience. And I think that actually kind of means that then it will have just been about 11:11 when I do the next one. So it looks like I think Charlotte said she might go to her bed, but I think Lexi's going to come back. So do you think you'll be in it for the long haul, Beck? Do you think you'll stay for Aquarius, and then Lexi will come back, even if it's just me and you, Beck? That's like, I'm not going to. Don't worry, I won't force you to stay. But right, let's do Charlotte's message. So, and Charlotte, I will get that unlisted to you this year. Talk about patience. Yeah, you and two others. I think it's going to be. I'm aiming for the Aries moon next week. Because let's face it, it's not going to be in the Pisces full moon energy, is it? But it really just depends how that Uranus retrograde hits my Chiron. But no, that's right. Divine right time. Yeah, divine right time. Christ, I mean, that's been. When did I do? I done the challenge in fricking April, man. So, but I did get two of them done. So I'm working my way down it. And trust me, so obviously they were very late too, but they were so scarily the right time. And the people really got a lot out of them. So it'll be worth the wait. The groupie thing was amusing to me. Yeah. Right. Good. I'm glad you were saying right. Okay. So what have we got for Charlotte? What does Charlotte need to hear right now? Karmic completion. Love it. Oh my God. Geeking out. So this is very wow, because Saturn has just retrograded back into Pisces, and our beautiful old soul Charlotte is the very last degree of Pisces sun. So, karmic completion. So, you might find that a lot of karmic lessons are coming up. And for you, I feel it is like, I don't know if you will have saw that, Charlotte, if you've not watched some of the stuff for a while, but one of the messages I put out last week was like it was a dream that I got, and it was like, you know, Saturn going back into retrograde is it could feel to a lot of people like you're going back to an old timeline. So, I know my thing is to talk about a lot of, quantum leaping to the highest timeline and all that and having a mindset shift and stuff. But it feels like, for some of us, all of us in some way, it could feel like, I don't want to say going backwards, but it could feel like we're going back to something to complete something. So, but what's interesting about with that hitting your degree there, it's like I do feel it. I'm at least picking up on some kind of really significant lesson that you might feel that you've went round and round and round with that is completing. Like I feel all of us feel like that in some way, but I'm really tuning into because that is hitting your sun. So again, let's tune into this a wee bit more, but that's really what I'm feeling. Wow, let go of ego. So it's like, it could have been like something that was hard to let go of, is what I feel. Like, I don't know, like, anything you attach to ego. So, like, something that you feel you're right about, or something that's like, it might be that saying again that's coming through that I've like, sometimes it's better to be kind than right. So I don't know. There's maybe a situation where you need to just sort of stay quiet, but you're kind of like, there's a lot you could say about it, but the lesson that you're mastering is what's fucking point? Do you know what I mean? Like, but not in a kind of defeatist way. It just feels like you're protecting your own energy. You know what I mean? So something that you might have got more involved in before, you're letting that go. You're letting the need to be right go, and it's actually bringing you a lot of peace. Kindness Just a messenger, guys. Kindness counts, yeah. So it's definitely got it's something that you'll know that makes sense about, hopefully, or when it happens. Because remember, it's only Saturn has literally just went retrograde. So oh my god, and how weird. 29 degrees, and the song is number 29 right now. It's like a virgin. I don't know what that's got to do with it, but it could be that, like, there's something, an innocence about this, or yeah, however you would attach that. But yeah, I do feel there's something where it's like it's better to be kind than right. That's the saying that's coming to mind. I feel it could have a lot to do with the fact that Mercury, planet communication, it has just went into Virgo this week, and that would be very pernickety. Do you know what I mean? And critical. So, interesting. Take responsibility for your actions, and again, it's like be yourself. Again, it feels like it's something. It's interesting, right? I feel like this is something that somebody else around you has to master for themselves. Like they have to take responsibility. It's like when I said earlier in this, you can't heal people for like people have to make a decision that they want to heal and they're sick of their own shit. If someone's got an addiction, somebody has to decide that they're sick of the addiction and do something about it. You can't do it for them. And it feels like that's what the lesson is for you, is that, for you to just show up and be yourself and surrender. So there's something really strongly coming. And remember, Pisces full moon at the weekend. Charlotte is a Pisces. Saturn has just retrograde back into Pisces on your sun. Like, surrender is a lifelong lesson for you. Pisces is a sign of surrender. It's like surrendering to what you can and can't control. Never judge another, right? I don't know what this is about, but it's all coming through very consistently. Like, we're all on a different path, and it's it's kind of funny the way I said that about. I always say that, but how I said that about you being an old soul, it's like because I get that too. A lot of people I work with do. It's like that feeling of like, why is that person doing that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's hard to explain what I mean, but it's like, yeah, it's sitting back and letting people make their own mistakes. That's the energy that I'm getting. So I feel you will know who this is around you. You're having to sit back and let people make their own mistakes. And actually, if whether you've started kind of doing this with whoever this is around you, or when you do this, you'll find that you're in a lot more peace, and that the person they are able to learn what it is they're here to learn. I feel there's music around you right now. There's a specific song that's going to come on that's going to speak to you. It's going to be a message. I feel there's a song that's going to be. I want to actually say tomorrow. You're going to hear a song, and it's going to be from your dad. So I feel like the song that you're going to hear is something that you connect with your dad. So it's either like something that you would have known that he liked, or the words are going to hit you with what comes through. Don't relinquish your power. This is interesting, right? Because I love this deck, and every time I use it, I'm like, I forget how much I love it. I've mixed all these different decks together, but these cards are so specific that there is like, I've obviously picked up the right deck, because there's something somewhere where you would have given too much of your power away. I did think it was about. I was flipping in between who. I mean, I always sort of put it out in my head, but I more strongly felt it was about him. But it's like, where in the past I'm glad you said that, because it's like I can home in on it more, but it's like where you've given your power away. Look, don't relinquish your power. You're just not doing that. It's better to be kind and right. Like, you're rolling your eyes, kind of like, how does he make the same mistakes over and over? But it's because you're an old soul and he's not. Like, basically, he might be older than you in this life, but he's not an old soul. And it's like, within reason, because when you've got children, you need to do right by your children. So if he is, not acting right, then, it's kind of hard not to say something. But it's like where you've recognized, right, I can take a step back from this. This is stressing me out. And I'm not gonna let him steal my energy. Like, I'm not giving my power away. I'm not gonna let him anger me anymore. That's what I feel it is. And so if you're saying you were talking to your dad earlier, that it just flashed up, divorce made kind and fair. So obviously, guys, Charlotte's been divorced for quite a while now, but I think even just the fact that it flashed up, it's like, I think it's just, that's so weird. It's an advert for divorce as I'm saying this. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Let me know. I'm really interested in that coming. I'm interested what song you hear tomorrow that's going to be answering something that you were asking, or I don't know. That came through really strongly. Um, Health, yeah. Look, health in reverse, because it's like if you carried on repeating that karmic lesson of allowing him to stress you out too much, like giving away too much of your power. Yeah, it would just be like going into some kind of karmic cycle that's just not worth it. And I feel that is the lesson that you're mastering. You've taken your power back. Well, that's what I feel like. You've truly taken your power back. I don't know what it is you've done. Look, abundance is your birthright. So yeah, I feel that it's just about being on that path of whether it's literally with your money, like, you being able to clear all that debt. And I feel because you've put such an amazing effort into that, I do feel that like the rewards will be plenty for it. Like, that you'll be abundantly rewarded, like more so than most, because you made that consistent effort. Don't relinquish your power. Yeah, it just keeps coming out. I feel there's something there about, like, the more he kept pissing you off, which makes sense. Like, as in the situations with him are like draining your energy, therefore having a knock on effect to your finances. Music, yep. So they just keep coming through about the music thing. Feel joy in all you do. That could actually be, look, have moderation with who you give your compassion to. 9-9 endings completion. We're in the 9th month of a 9 year. It's karmic completion, the first card. Also, I feel with that music card coming out a couple of times, because I know obviously you are a musical being, but I don't know how much attention you give to your musical talents. But I feel if you were to do that, even just for yourself, it would add more joy to your life. So I don't know when the last time was that you picked up one of your musical instruments. Visionary, you have the capacity to envision what's possible. Shapeshifter, you have the power to change, live in the world yet not be imprisoned by it yet. So I feel that is that masculine, male and female quality that you all have to be a good, because remember, shapeshifters can be good or bad, but this isn't the good sense of you can work in the matrix, you can be in the matrix, but at the same time, you're changing the energy around you, just by being there. You're helping to create the vision of the new earth and the changing energy. Yeah, look, infusing that, look, rainbow energy, the colours of the universe live within you, radiate the brilliance. Home. Oh my God, and there's a wee guitar. That's really funny, by the way, because I was going to say something about the guitar. I was going to say something about it because you play the guitar too, eh? Like, an exciting change in home or lifestyle bring positive improvements and new energy. But look, there's a wee guitar. That's really funny. And it's in the home. Well, obviously your guitar is going to be in your home. But yeah, so I don't know, there is something about, I just feel like, I remember ages, I think that was years ago, but I do remember you saying once something about picking up your guitar again and you hadn't for a while. I'm sure that was you. I don't know. Because I know you pick, what is it again? Is it the flute or the clarinet? Because there was someone on the beach that was playing that when me and my mum were walking a couple of weeks ago there, and I was like, oh, my friend plays that. It was like, it was weird. I don't know if it wasn't early morning. I think it was dusk, and it was when the sun was kind of getting ready to set. And she was just playing it by the edge of the sea. Clarinet, yeah. Was that one of the ones I said? Yeah, I think it was clarinet. I do play, but it's been ages since well, I don't know. There's something about, I think it might be your dad saying to pick up the guitar. So that's up to you. But I was feeling guitar, and then the guitar was on the picture. Look, and then that's the old soul energy. Lemurian soul. Your Lemurian soul swims in the sea of oneness. You're the earth keepers that hold the light codes of unity. So yes, absolutely what I was saying. It's like you're an old soul, you're a shapeshifter in the matrix. It gets frustrating because you're like, why are these people repeating these karmic lessons? Because you're like me, we are both in our last life, and it can get frustrating. But the thing that I have to remind myself, and you have to remind yourself, and anyone that resonates with messages, we've all got karmic, like we've got karmic lessons too, but it's just we've got less than others that aren't in their last life. So it's, you do have to have quite a strong amount of patience with people. Divine feminine, flow the rhythm of the divine heart, your cosmic gateway to all creation. And again, I feel when you're able to be more in that flow and go with the flow and pick up the guitar, that's when big transformations can happen. The end of old ways, beliefs, or situations occur so you can float, align, and expand with greater awareness. I love it. Yeah, it's coming. It just feels like it's coming back to that first card. You're in a huge, huge time of karmic completion, you know, because we all are, but because it's hitting your sun, I'm just going to look at your chart and what to see what else. Sorry, I was just laughing at somebody's dirty laugh outside. Oh, that, how amazing was that, right? That the other day I said, oh, like when I finished, I was like, oh my God, I forgot that if I'm going to bed really late, that the builders are going to wake me up with their dirty laugh and that. But I didn't wake up till 11:30 the next day, and I never heard a peep. And then when my mum visited a couple hours after that, she was like, oh yeah, one of the guys just said hi to me and I was walking in, and I was like, oh God, I thought they were having a day off. So like that's how real hypnotherapy and NLP is. You all saw me say I planted the seed that I was going to sleep deeply, even though I was only having a couple hours sleep, and that I wouldn't wake up to that, and all of that happened. And that's what I was saying. Like that's what I do in client sessions. I don't even need to try. I just say it, and it happens. So, but that is the power of, you know, the subconscious mind. But the way I was flipping it as well is you've got to be careful, you know, if that's how, you know, easily influenced we are. You know, be careful what you're saying there, because I didn't hear a peep and I slept amazing. Right, so what was I looking for there? Don't you want me, baby? Don't you want me? Oh. That might be the message coming in for the next one. That song's on. I was working at a restaurant in a cocktail bar when I met you. Right, so this full moon is in your third house of communication. Ah, yeah, so like I feel a lot of the stuff that's been coming through there. I could see that, you know, that it's like and also that's interesting, your sun is like yes, that oh yeah, because that's just before it goes into Aries. It's yeah, it just feels like you're closing a cycle of where you would have taken his crap. That's how I want to say it. Like you're standing up for yourself more and you're not letting it take your energy. And I can tell when I'm saying that to you, that is for many divine masculine, female and male that have, you know, that you have to co-parent with people where you would have taken way more of their crap in the past and you're just not doing it. The karmic lesson's complete. Boom, brought the mic. Love it. I just finished saying that in my twin flames numbers as well. So that's just confirming all the masculines where it would apply might resonate with that. Because whenever I see his numbers, it just is like a wee message for me that it's going to make sense to a lot of masculines, whatever I was saying. So I've not been sleeping great lately, but I did set the intention, like you say, wake up feeling I've plenty of rest. I woke up feeling good. Oh, amazing. Love it. Love it. Yeah, it does work. But it's just we might often, our brain might go, oh, what's that going to do? It doesn't work. Right. Love it. Okay. So I think now is just at my twin flames numbers. I think that is a sign to get off of this and then come back again. So I shall see you in a minute. But thank you for being here And if this is where you leave me, I will see you the next time. Yes, I'm not here for his BS. Support the kids, but we'll be pausing more before responding to. Good. Proud of you. Keep that up, Charlotte. Because, yes, you have to co-parent, but you don't have to take on any more additional stress than that. You're very welcome. Right. And you will get that unlisted in divine time. And thank you again for your patience and everyone else. Oh shit, I didn't think about this. I can put the charger in though. It just means that the mic won't be. Mind you, there is 20%. I'll go for 20% with the mic and then I'll plug it in. Just Beck, if you're here, please remind me to check what the plug is, what the charger's doing so that it doesn't turn off before I put the charger in. Right, okay, so if you're joining me, I'm going to do Aquarius after this. So yeah, otherwise, see you whenever I see you, people. Right. Bye. Like, comment, subscribe, hype it. Please hype the video. You get free hypes every Monday. If you've not used all your hypes and this helped you or you found it entertaining, I would appreciate it. And thank you for all the people that have hyped the other videos. I can see people have been